Hey, hey, hey! Happy Friday, everyone! Happy Friday the 13th! Ooh! We are here to watch Friday Night Smackdown. Can't wait for the show to start. We are about 2 minutes away, so really just kicking off the stream right on time, actually. And today's show, we got quite a bit that's been announced. The big thing, of course, is we are going to be getting a John Cena appearance. As you guys know, John Cena had a confrontation with CM Punk. That match has been made for Night of Champions. So I can't wait to see what John Cena will have to say. We're also going to be seeing Jacob Fatu address the WWE Universe after betraying Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank. We're also going to be seeing Naomi. She's going to reemerge on SmackDown as the new Miss Money in the Bank. And yes, I'm reading this directly from WWE.com. I would not have promoted it this way had I been saying it myself. All right. And then also we have a King of the Ring tournament, Fatal 4-Way match. As we all know, the tournament has begun. It started on Raw this Monday. And today we got Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest versus Andrade versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm expecting Cody Rhodes to win that. Then we got another men's King of the Ring, Randy Orton versus LA Knight versus Aleister Black versus Carmelo Hayes. I'm guessing Randy's winning that. And then we have the Queen of the Ring tournament, which will be Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, Candice LeRae. I'm assuming that's going to be Charlotte Flair. So those are kind of the picks and predictions for today. So we got quite a bit announced for today's 3-hour show. Thank you so much to everybody who's hanging out with us here today. Take part in the chat. Be as active as possible. Probably the more active you are, the more you will probably enjoy your experience. I'm waiting for the show to start, but I want to kick things off by thanking Sheldon Jackson for gifting 5 DWO membership. Sheldon, you the man, bro. Hold on. Let me wait. Hold on. I know I got it. Hold on. You know what I'm looking for. All right. Oh, wait, it wasn't supposed to play twice. I always forget that it's on a loop. All right, and we are back here on SmackDown's about to start. We also got Bob Ross Jr. who says, who's ready for the last Friday night SmackDown before World War III begins? Oh, no. You know, it was so funny because right now I thought, by the way, this is super loud. I thought you were going to say, oh, I have it full blast. Let me lower that a whole lot. Okay. I thought you were about to say before a pay-per-view, and I was like, what pay-per-view is Bob Ross talking about? Like, I was trying to think, like, man, like, Night of Champions is still a couple of weeks away. I was trying to think of what pay-per-view you were about to mention, Bob. Prayers to us all. Thank you, Bob. Let me get through all of these here. All right, let me give some shout-outs to everybody while we wait for the show to start. Shout-out to the Graveyard Shift Wrestling Show. We got Dilda Pickle. We got Dave Jordan, Taylor Cannon, Eric Diaz. What's up, Marshman96, King of Strong Style. We got Big G. We got Jamie Garcia. We got Gazi Edits. We got Ruben Zavala. Ruben, I think right now my picks. Oh, shit, I forgot what my picks were. Crap. I literally just spoke about my picks the other day, and I can't remember who I chose. But I think it was Charlotte Flair for the women. And then on the men's side, ooh, I forgot. I'll have to bring up the bracket once again. Ooh, I forgot, Ruben. I forgot. We got Seth Iroth in the building. We also got Karenga Snowden. Shout out to Spike Hunter, Tiger Claw Gaming, Chris Chaos, Terrell Diggs, Jeff White, Raphael Smith, GB from Georgia. We also got Rodell Media over on the Twitch side, Jared Palmer, Kevin Wilson, Michael Brown. Shout out to Chris Chaos. Who says, would you be okay with Rio versus Io Sky for the main event of, for the main event? Hell yeah, dude. Actually, that's the match that I'm expecting to happen at Evolution 2 because I think that was the match that I mentioned over on my Evolution predictions video that I posted. And yeah, man, like I feel like that would be a banger of a match. So I think I also had Rhea as an option, but then she got eliminated. So yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't know why the whole entire bracket right now to me is like feels like a mystery, even though it's right here. Let me see if I still have it. Hold on, let me see. This was the men's. That's what it was. Yeah. So Rhea was my original pick, and then she got eliminated. So then it left me thinking that I think it might be like Roxanne Perez or maybe Charlotte Flair or Jade Cargill. That's kind of where I'm at right now in terms of whom I might be thinking might take this all the way. Stephanie's, of course, an option. And then for the men, who did I have? I think I had Cody all the way. Cody and Randy maybe at the end of this, the way that this is all shaping up. Yeah, I think I'll probably have to go with Cody still. But then again, they just added Jey Uso too. I forgot to mention that. They added Jey Uso today. So wild times with Jey. I don't think anybody was expecting him to be part of the King of the Ring tournament because everyone was probably still thinking he was going to be champion by the time we got to Night of Champions. But here we are. That was a big topic last week. Thank you so much, Stephen Marchulli. And yes, I am looking forward to Io and Rhea if that's what they decide to do. And given that they teased it several times, I feel like it has to be the thing that they end up doing. Shout out to Luis Arturo Mendez, a regular here on the show. We got Keon Davis, another regular. Ebony Prince. Ebony, I hope you're doing well. Always a pleasure to have you on. We got Melissa Cabello. What's up, Melissa? We got Miss WWE Girl, too. So many regulars here. We got Tracy WV. Tracy, I hope you are having a better day. Sorry that you had a rough day today. And yes, overdose on some fudge brownies. Like, it's Friday night. Calories do not count on Friday night, okay? They don't count Friday night. Enjoy yourself, Tracy. We got Frank in the building. He says LFG DWO. Love these Fatal 4-Ways tonight. Can't wait. Yeah, the Fatal 4-Ways on Raw were really good. So I feel like I'm looking forward to what we get today on SmackDown. Shout out to the caller. Thank you so much for hopping into the stream. Welcome. We also got Big G here who predicts that it'll be Sammy and Cody in the finals. That's not a bad prediction at all. Thank you, King of Strong Style. Says Denise's face game is on point. Gracias. Today I tried, so I kind of fucked up a little bit, like right before I came on the air. So my cheeks are super pink right now because I bought a new blush color that I've never used before. And I couldn't find a makeup brush, so I had to use a sponge today. So I get this. I grabbed the sponge and I scooped the blush and I just went whoop. And before I knew it, I was so pink in the face. And so I had to put a little bit of white powder, but it wouldn't go away. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to have to go onto this pod with super pink face right now. And then I'm also using a different eye color than I normally do. Usually I use like browns. Today I'm doing white and purple. So yeah, just kind of switching it up. Thank you, King of Strong Style. We also got Oliver Drake. He says, how many of the Fatal 4-Ways will have interference? I'll be optimistic and got 3. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know how many will have interferences, but you know how it is. You know how it is up in here. That we just got to live. We got to learn to live with interferences, ref bumps, and whatever other shenanigans we deal with. John Taylor. He says, I'm once again ditching you for baseball. Don't forget to promote the Patreon. LOL, yay, sports ball, go Angels. Well, John mentioned it. So, guys, the Patreon is getting lit, guys. It's getting lit. I've been posting a lot. Today, I posted a nearly 40-minute podcast plus 2 watch-alongs that went up just today on top of other additional stuff. We're kicking the show off with John Cena, by the way. So if you are somebody who's interested in bonus material, bonus content, head on over to the Patreon. Just search my name, Denise Salcedo, and the link is also in the description box below. So please go out and check it out if you guys are interested. Thank you, John. Shout out to Terrence Sullivan, who's in the building. Terrell Diggs says, Denise, what's your favorite WWE shop merchandise? I tend to favor the CM Punk t-shirts. Those are usually my favorites. Like, I feel like CM Punk always has. Like, I'm not sure exactly how it works with whose designs what, but I feel like usually CM Punk's t-shirt designs are the best ones, like, out of everybody else. So, I tend to favor those shirts for sure. Shout out to WrestleMania. Russell, thank you so much for popping into the stream. We also got Kyle over on the Twitch side, says he's got Jade winning. I feel like Jade winning is a huge possibility because Jade had a confrontation with, who was it with last week? Forgot who the confrontation was. Was it with Nia, or was it with Charlotte? One of them. And she mentioned being, you know, like a possible queen of the ring. And I felt like, yeah, that definitely fits Jade Cargill. She's got the perfect look for that. Shout out to Steve Thomas who's in the chat. We also got Shovel One. Thank you so much for popping in. And we got Jay Grouse, Austin Wright. We got Scoucher Boy, Ruben Savala. Shout out to Mike Rekeel, another regular here on the show. Chris Holsinger. Shout out to Chris, who's another regular. And we got X Unpopular, another regular here on the show. Shout out to Allie. What's up, Allie? Good to see you again. Al J says, Jay as the mystery participant is such a bummer. Yo, it's wild out there. I'm pretty sure you guys saw what like Rikishi had to say about the whole situation. We pretty much knew that, you know, obviously he wasn't going to be happy. I only saw a little piece of like his rant. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I expected Rikishi to be pretty unhappy about that. At the end of the day, you know, of course, it's his kids. So, you know, you're going to react certain ways when it comes to your children, right? Shout out to Sarah. Sarah, hope you're having a nice end of the week heading into Friday. We also got Stocking GU. Thank you so much for the cute puppy emoji.
Please welcome the greatest.
Shout out to Jordy Griffin, King Michael Gang.
The never seen 17. Gracing Lexington with his presence.
We got Super Fro. What's up, Super Fro? Andrew Tam, Don the Visionary, Ryan Soley, Keon Davis. I was trying to get in as many shout outs before John Cena started cutting his promo, and I thought he was about to start speaking, and then he didn't. So then I was like, wait, I still have more time. Shout out to Jay Hunch, who says, yeah, I feel so bad seeing Jay's title run end so soon. Yeah, I did too. I really, really did too. Creed says, I'm sure you've seen or heard Ron's crash out on Busted Open. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, I did see that. All right, let's see what John has to say.
John Cena.
What?
John Cena. Yes, there have been great wrestlers. Yes, there have been great talkers. But no one in the past, certainly no one in the present, and no one in the future is even comparable to me.
Boo! Lies detected. We can name like 20. Okay, maybe not 20. Not 20. That's exaggerating.
It's not because I never give up. No. It is because I'm smarter than you.
What? I mean, he is the doctor of thugonomics.
You can't see me.
Got doctor in the name.
You all want to be me. And whether you're my opponent, whether you're watching at home or mesmerized by me in this very arena.
I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people that are mesmerized.
I am always 1,000 steps ahead of you because you are simply worried about right here, right now, when I won this moment right now over a year ago. You see, I announced my retirement early so I could have 6 months to scout my most likely opponents.
Oh, so that's what you were doing, Cena.
Enter the Rumble, so I entered. And I also knew if I lost the Rumble, I could use my seniority to guarantee a spot in the Elimination Chamber. I also knew in that chamber, Punk and Rollins would melt down, giving me an easy win. And on that night, Cody Rhodes' focus was on the final boss. So all I had to do, seize the moment, shock the world, and become an unpredictable opponent.
Wow, he made it sound so easy.
All I did was use Cody's obsession with being loved and passion for the grand stage to guarantee myself a WrestleMania win.
Damn, sounds like John Cena's a mastermind.
Fanfare of a 25-year-old rivalry in Randy Orton's hometown to lull him into a false sense of security. I put R-Truth in the main event. So all of you would care, and you took the bait. And while you wasted your time trying to save Truth, I formed an alliance with Logan Paul, making him no longer a threat, and bought myself just enough time to size up my next opponent in CM Punk.
CM Punk. You think we get CM Punk at all today?
I use CM
But they
Punk's
probably would have
rebellious
announced him.
nature and
Although he's had
sociopathic
mid-appearances
self-confidence
where he
to
like
back him into a
wasn't
corner,
announced.
where now,
So maybe, just maybe. I mean, like, Night of Champions is only a couple of weeks away. We're
if
pretty much
CM
almost
Punk
there. So
really wants
if they
to take
wanted to do a
this,
John Cena
he
CM
has to
Punk
admit to
interaction
himself
today,
that
they
he's a
could.
hypocrite.
Oh, okay, let's see what he's gonna say.
And I don't have to worry about Mr. Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say more about CM Punk being a hypocrite.
This.
I thought he was gonna go more into that.
Seth
I was wrong.
Rollins wants me to leave with this, because then when he cashes in, he is your only champion. Do you get it now? I am the greatest of all time for a reason.
You think we get CM Punk interrupting John or somebody interrupting John?
Using your pathetic brains.
I feel like somebody's got to interrupt John.
Whether or not I sold my soul, all I do is simply put the math in my favor. I win matches before they even start. And in 25 years, I've crunched every number, solved every puzzle, and
damn
every code. And
so does that mean we get some John Cena math?
Because you won't realize how good I am until 3
And from
years after
to
I'm
Cena math. Double SS Juan Cena.
This is the greatest moment of your life. And to me, you are simply just a mathematical equation.
Someone interrupt John Cena, please.
And the math says that there will be no one ever worthy enough to earn the right
right here
to hold this
right here
again.
Right here. Do it. Somebody come out. Okay, it's Cody Rhodes. All right. Oh, hey. Yeah, Cody Rhodes. All right, cool. I don't know why my brain was like, Cody Rhodes. Oh, yeah, Cody Rhodes. All right, I'm just glad someone's interrupting John Cena. I prefer John Cena promos when he's going back and forth with somebody than when it's just him being like, you know, talking directly to the crowd. I prefer the back and forth type of promos. All right, let's give some shout outs to some people in the meantime while Cody makes his way out there. We got Sprunt. What's up, Sprunt? We got Emerald07. Who do we got? We got Henry Kieran. Henry, good to see you. We got Manuel. Shout out to Manuel. We got D. Joser, who says Mr. Iguana. Yo, shout out to Mr. Iguana, man. Things are looking good for Mr. Iguana. We got Kevin Simpson in the building. We got Jordan Belize.
John Cena talking about Cody's obsession
says, who do you think
with
Becky
being
Lynch is going to
loved?
feud
Well,
with next? And who do you think Alexa Bliss is going to feud with next? Ooh, Jordan. Jordan, Becky for sure, Bailey, but Alexa's a question mark for me right now. I don't feel like they haven't started walking in a direction that I've been like, every time I think I figured out what they're doing with Alexa Bliss next, I couldn't be more wrong. I'm still waiting for her to like, you know, do the stuff with the Wyatt Six, and nothing really has like happened in that direction. So honestly, I love Alexa. I don't know what's going on with Alexa in terms of what they're going to do next with her. Like, who's going to be her feud? I don't know. We also got, let me see who we got in here that I haven't shouted out. Shout out to Jerry Garza. Jerry, thank you so much for popping in. We got Andrea Price. We also got Carla. Hey, Carla. He's trying to convince himself of all these lies. Yo, for reals. We're just going to act like Stone Cold Steve Austin never existed. We're going to act like The Rock never existed. We got KLF in the building. Shout out to X Mulder. We got Aaron Teagle. What's up, Aaron? We got Johnny98. Adam Reidner. We got Chris Chaos. We got Mutter Rattler, Drashin 2087, Suzuki, James Irving. And I think this promo is about to start now, so I'm going to shut up. Oh, thank you, Bailey. Thank you. This is one of my favorite CM Punk shirts. I got it WrestleMania. Yeah, WrestleMania. I was trying to remember where I got it. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Obvious. WrestleMania. Okay, here we go. Cody, what words do you have for us today? What's up, Casey Clark? We also got Ramboli First Blood in here. We got Icy. Hey, Icy. We got Darkwing 19. We got Zalarius Ortiz. Good to see you. Who else do we got in here? Creed. What's up, Creed? We got Brendan.
Man.
All right, here we go. Cody's finally talking.
What did you just say? You said you were 1,000 steps ahead. You said you're so smart. No, you're not just smart. This guy's a genius.
Bro, at this point, let's have him take a freaking IQ test.
That everything you have said has come to fruition. You're right. Seth and Punk, they melted down. You're right. I was distracted by the final boss and I took my eyes off the prize. You're right. You used Randy's home field advantage against him. You're right. Mount Rushmore? Absolutely sure. But here you are with this 25-year master plan. And there's this parallel, there's this variable that you didn't account for. It's very simple. You laid out your whole story since you've been back, 25-year master plan, right? Why didn't you include the simple fact that this past Saturday you were looking up at the lights and I pinned you in the center of this ring?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet you didn't see our truth coming. Thought he was 1,000 steps ahead. Come on, Cena.
I'm not part of your plan. You're part of mine. So, John Rushmore,
John Rushmore.
where does that leave you and I?
Okay, Randy. I wasn't expecting Randy here. You know who I really wish we were seeing in this whole picture? By the way, that's Drew McIntyre. I really wish Drew was part of like the guys that were like trying to get at John Cena or trying to get at Cody Rhodes. I really wish he was included somewhere in here.
Tournament continuing. The ring is filling up with WWE royalty.
I'm wondering how this is going to play out for SummerSlam. Because SummerSlam's the big match, right? Like, we got to get something huge for that. We already know CM Punk and John is happening on Night of Champions. So now, Double S says, I miss Drew, man. Yo, me too.
Anybody and everybody that had a pulse that saw you and I fight in St. Louis at Backlash saw that I had you beaten in this ring. I had you down and out. I had you dead to rights. I was about to remove your head from your shoulders until somebody decided to come and save the day. I realize now I have to do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter who I have to go through to get number 15. Even if it means being in the King of the Ring tournament, I don't care who it is I have to go through. Cody, I love you like a brother, and you know that. I love you like a brother, and you know that, but I have to put your ass down to get to that, Punk. I will not hesitate.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we already knew that. He had already told Cody Rhodes this not too long ago. LA Knight? Okay, what now? I wasn't expecting LA Knight after he's been, didn't win the Money in the Bank again. Hasn't really been doing much. So I wasn't expecting LA Knight. Where's Drew McIntyre? That's my question.
Let me talk to you.
Yes. Maybe we will get Drew. Since a bunch of people are coming out, maybe we will get Drew.
You know, all week long, I've heard the whole damn world say, we want LA Knight.
Yeah.
So I know what y'all want.
I just like to chant,
and I know
yeah.
for damn sure what none of y'all want, and that's me walking down here. So why don't we take a walk?
Sheldon Jackson says Drew's taking time off. Okay, well, when he does finish taking time off, we want him in this picture, Sheldon. in this
I'm
picture.
a sore thumb standing out here, and I like it that way. Yeah. But you got to understand something. See, you have this great little master plan of yours. My God, you're a genius. You did it all. But I know for damn sure your plans didn't include this man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and throw that plan on its head.
Ooh, are we going to get LA Knight and John
King
Cena?
of the Ring's right around the corner. What that means is I got a shot at you, I got a shot at you, I got a shot at you, all on the way to taking what's mine.
I wish we got like a random John Cena
And so
Smackdown
that
match
means that
just to make
unbreakable
appearances
as I
really
walk in
count.
there, I got to drop a Viper. I got to drop a Nightmare. And if I got to drop a genius, balding bitch John Cena, I will.
No, he
the WWE
didn't.
champion with
He
that
did
football
not say
saying,
the B word, balding. Not the balding word. Oh no, John. No matter how much money, no matter how many movies, TV shows, titles,
says,
accolades, the hair, bud, the hair.
Shots in this game, and John Cena
Savage.
has made it abundantly
Savage.
clear on this run. He
Is
will
LA
fight on
Knight the
his
first
terms,
person
and
to,
he- Whoa!
Oh, there's Ron Killings.
R-Truth again on the attack.
Ron Killings.
Well, we saw a very different side
Oh,
of
I
R-Truth's
love how
personality
angry he
on
looks.
Raw.
Like,
Gave himself a
ever
free
since that fiery
headshot,
promo on
and
Monday
he's
Night
giving
Raw,
John Cena his
and then with the
former hero
hair makes him
a
just
big
look more
down to kick
like
himself in the old
angry.
style.
Yeah, he said, put some respect on my name, Ron Killings.
Yes.
Well, Ron Killings just delivered again.
So crazy that we're like, he just feels like a totally different person, like a totally different, just totally different. Oh my gosh. All right, are they promoting? Oh yeah, they're promoting SummerSlam. All right, guys, give me 1 second and then I'm gonna. I can't believe SummerSlam's like already popping up, by the way. Like,
Unbelievable.
Too many stars.
I was just getting my calendar ready for this year. I was getting my July information dates down and all of it. And I just couldn't believe it, honestly, as I was like already starting to like write out September. And I'm just like, yo, like this year's going by so freaking fast, man. All right, let me see what we got here. We got David Primero here who says, happy Friday, Denise, the 13th, and also my birthday. Wait, what? David, is today your birthday? Today's your birthday? Happy birthday, David. Always love your show, Denise. Hope today's SmackDown goes well. King and Queen is lit. David, happy birthday. You share a birthday with my godchild, my godson. He's also born Friday the 13th, well, June the 13th. I think he was born Friday it was a Friday also when he was born too. So that is so freaking cool. David, I really hope you have an awesome birthday. Plus, nothing better than a birthday on a Friday night, because then you get to enjoy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the whole shebang, all of it. David, seriously, have a good time, man. We got Larice Johnson who says, so I just found out that Jey Uso is in the King of the Ring tournament. That is crazy. I was hoping that would be Karrion Kross. Yo, I almost feel like them not putting Karrion Kross on TV is making people like want to root for Karrion Kross more, because they're making him seem like the underdog who can't seem to get like an in. He can't seem to win over the corporate lords of the WWE. I feel like I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird. Sometimes I think they actually have a plan for Karrion Kross, and then there's times where I'm like, they don't really got a plan. Let's be real. There's no plan. I've kind of gone back and forth with that. It's just been such a long time of a slow burn with Karrion Kross's storytelling. It's pretty intense, like insane, actually. But yeah, I did feel bad for Jey Uso, losing the title and being thrown into King of the Ring and all of that. It's just, I mean, I don't really know what people were. I mean, I do know what people were expecting, because people were throwing out so many names when we were talking about, who was going to be in that slot. And like nobody was mentioning Jey Uso, because at the time he was still champ. Larice, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Mr. GRK Chef 13 who says, Denise, awesome jobs on Watch Along and Busted Open. Dude, thank you so much, man. I'm really happy that you've been enjoying the Watch Alongs. I love doing the Watch Alongs. I wish I could do the Watch Alongs for like every single show, which I think I pretty much do already. But yeah, like that's why I've been like sticking around and doing them more during like PLEs and pay-per-views and stuff instead of going to the actual shows, just because I do have a better time doing the watch-alongs, here. Like I felt weird being at a Money in the Bank and like just sitting there like this, watching the show and not speaking. It was weird. It was so weird. I was looking around like, okay, during the breaks, because during the breaks, like there was nothing to do. I did buy a snack treat box that I did share on social media. So I was like snacking on that. Then I would turn around and talk to Alex for a bit. And then I would turn to the right and talk to Adrian. So I was just like, okay, it's kind of weird though, not having like a full on conversation about whatever it is that's happening. Thank you so much, Mr. GRK Chef 13. Uncle Dong says Ron Killings on Busted Open was lit. Yeah, dude. Very cool. It's so different from the last time he was on the show. Actually, I think the last time he was on the show was with me and Mark a while ago. I forgot for what exactly, but obviously he was still happy-go-lucky, funny R-Truth. So totally night and day difference from the last time he was on to this time that he was on. Thank you, Uncle Donk. We're back on the show here. We got Sheldon Jackson who says, that ain't angry Ron Killings, that's Ron the Truth Killings. The last time we saw this side of Killings was in TNA. He's now unleashed now. Let's effing go. That's the cool part, is that now that he's being taken more seriously or presented in a serious light, it really does feel like suddenly you want to see him. Like suddenly you want to see more of him than you probably did like even before. Wait, what? There's going to be a press conference for the SummerSlam? Wait, I'm going to be there. I didn't even know until right now. I had no idea. Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Oh, shit. Let me write that down. That's Saturday, June 21st. PT, SummerSlam, P. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. I'm so confused. Did they say that press conference is happening at Fanatics Fest? Sorry, I'm like drawing a blank right now. My brain is done. My brain is so cooked. Wait, did they say that's happening at Fanatics Fest? Sorry, I'm so confused because I'm going to be at Fanatics Fest. Thank you, Sheldon. Okay, they did. Thank you. I'm done, guys. I don't know what's happening. Also, John looks like he's miming right now. Oh, this is funny. You would presume some sort I don't know why it's so funny seeing him like argue with no sound. It looked hilarious.
As you see the fight for Randy Orton, the megastar LA Knight. They were just in an exchange moments ago. Cody Rhodes in there is the who will take this very tournament.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's time for the men's first of two men's Fatal Four Ways for King of the Ring. All right, sorry guys, I'm all over the freaking place. So. Yes, Fanatics Fest. I will be there. And I did not know they were doing a press conference, by the way. So, yay, I now know that there's a press conference, because if not, I would have not known. So I will definitely try to be there for that. So cool. Okay, I got plans. Awesome. I really wasn't sure what kind of content I was going to be getting at Fanatics Fest. So at least now I know I got that to look forward to. So I'm excited about that. And then as to what Sheldon Jackson was saying, so what I was originally saying is that like it was always fun to see R-Truth and the haha moments, but we all kind of knew what we were going to get. Like we weren't necessarily being like, oh yeah, like let's get R-Truth versus not John Cena, that's not a good example. R-Truth versus Cody Rhodes, right? You were saying all of that, but now with the Ron Killings persona, it makes me want to see him in the ring with all of these other guys because now there's such a different energy to him, such a different presence, and you can take him more seriously. So yes, Sheldon, thank you so much for the love and for sending the super chat. We also got a super generous fan, dude. Thank you so much for this. Hold on, Dan. Wait a minute. I just realized something. You said with the 1313 on Friday the 13th, 13's my lucky number. Dan, thank you so much. I love the thought that you put into that. Dan says, Denise, you're an absolute star. Your Patreon video was outstanding. Thank you for sharing that side of your thought process. Dan, thank you so freaking much, man. Yes, today's Patreon podcast that I put out was about something that people ask me all the time, which is basically like, how do you handle, being in this kind of, being in the IWC, I guess you want to call it. And like, basically, how do you handle that? And it's a question that I get asked a lot. So I went like very, very like deep into that.
Tournament.
Very, very deep into that. And so far, I've gotten some nice feedback on that podcast. So, Dan, thank you so much, man. You're very cool. You didn't have to do this, but you did. And it really, 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 really goes a long way. So thank you so much, Dan. Guys, can you please give Dan some love in the chat, please? Like, Dan and some flames, Dan and some hearts, Dan and some stars, something. Because that was very, very cool of him. Thank you so much, Dan. Happy Friday. We got Brandon here who says, hey, Denise, how are you? Brandon, I'm doing good. Today's been a pretty productive day. Feeling good, actually. I just hit 10K on Facebook, which is nuts because I feel like my page is growing faster than it did the last time. And I wasn't really expecting that. And so I'm kind of feeling really good about that right now. The page has gotten... This morning I checked, it's up to 3.5 million views in the last, 20-something days. So that's freaking incredible, which is just crazy to think. But thank you so much, Brandon, for popping in.
Mix of pretty much everything.
Thank you so much to everybody showing some love to Dan. That's very nice of everybody to do so. Dan the man, let's go. All right, here we go. We got the stream just started. The match just started for the first King of the Ring.
Randy Orton will look to fix that this year.
Yeah, that was the ref's discretion in that finals of King of the Ring
and
last year.
It was terrible discretion, I might add. It was clearly up in the air.
Ooh, it's hot.
We're able to tangle later that summer. It's great to have Randy back after what happened at Backlash back on May 10th against John Cena.
And here's what I find interesting. Oh,
that was a roll-up. Mellow.
All right, so for this one, I definitely have Randy taking the win on this one, right? I don't know, like, I would be shocked if it wasn't Randy. But then again, it's pretty tough. Because Alistair just got there.
Oh, would you look
at
Alistair Black?
Alistair just got there. He didn't make it to the Money in the Bank. LA Knight did make it to Money in the Bank, but didn't win. And Carmelo's just basically been there, so you can make a case for all these guys.
King of the Ring, opening round.
But it's just that Randy is just the bigger star, all in all. And then coming off of that promo and everything, just you really would think so.
About putting forth their best stuff early on.
Well, it's a smart thing to do. Look, there's so many distractions.
All right, we're on a commercial break, but I'm gonna leave the audio on for everybody because I got the VPN going. We got Double S. It says new Bloodline member debuting tonight. Hey yo, let's go.
LA Knight.
We got Terrence Matthew who says, personally, I would have liked more progression from Roxanne and Dom if they were going to use it to burn Liv, but still, it was quite a burn. I think that's still ongoing. Like, I don't sense that that's been the end of Liv Morgan and, I'm sorry, the Roxanne and Dominic Mysterio stuff. I feel like that will continue to play out, I think, a little bit longer. I do think so. Thank you, Terrence.
Outside of the ring, no count outs in this one.
Randy looking to chase down the megastar.
So much pent-up anger and aggression in Randy Orton at the moment. Clearly still living.
All right, let's see what everyone's predictions are. We got Icy here who says, I got my money on Carmelo. All right, okay, fair. I actually feel like I think I got the least money riding on Carmelo. I don't think I'm really thinking Carmelo would win. But then again, usually that's the last couple of weeks I've had some issues with that where, like, I think someone's going to win and then they don't. We got Eric Diaz who predicts Randy. We got Brandon here who predicts Randy. Andrew predicts Randy. Gohan predicts Randy. Funny Redemption predicts Randy. So, guys, do you think Randy has a chance? Tiger Claw says Randy Orton, he's the safe choice. I feel like he's the obvious choice. Is that too bold to assume? I don't think that's bold to assume.
Look at Melo, just smart to at least take the cover against Orton.
We got Mick Economics. It says Randy, so we get a match with him versus Cody soon. We got K-pop lover who's choosing someone different with Alistair. Dan David says, Miss Denise, I love watching wrestling for real. Hell yeah, man. Dan, you're in the right place then with a bunch of other people who do too. Very cool.
And now Black.
Raphael Smith is also
right out,
picking
slams him into
Randy.
the barrier.
Matt Reichel says Randall Keith Orton with his full-on government name. Kevin Simpson says he wants Alistair Black, but it will be Randy probably. Gohan says if it's not Randy, it's LA Knight. Jay Hunt says it might be Randy, but I'm going with Black. And then we got Bryn Hawkins says, I think it's Carmelo because he will face Sammy in the semifinal. And Rashad Lee says, I think it'll be Carmelo for the surprise W. Okay. So I would say for the most part, we're all expecting it to be Randy.
Crashing down.
All right, 20 seconds and we're back from the commercial break.
Right hand after right hand on LA
Hey, what's
Knight.
up, Adrian? Your favorite YouTube Toxica is here. Thank you, Adrian. Okay, we're back in 3 seconds.
First round of the King of the Ring tournament is
Sheldon
underway.
says, Denise, don't forget Sunday's New Japan Dominion. I didn't even know that was happening this Sunday, Sheldon. Thank you. I'm so out of the loop right now with New Japan, like out of the loop, bro. Here's the circle. I'm right here. So you're literally my New Japan. You're currently my New Japan reporter. You tell me what's going on. I'll take it.
There on the ladder where I think everybody in the Intuit Dome felt
Tiger Claw says, yo, Adrian, I did it.
LA Knight had been attacked by Seth Rollins' crew earlier in the
Nice.
match. Still almost winning the thing, but denied at the death. We're going to go one.
Carmelo's so good. He's such a good wrestler. I hate that he's the option that we're not expecting to win here because he's so good.
Just too much quick.
Nice.
springboarding with the leg drop.
And he did it backwards. I feel like he usually does it forward, doesn't he? Or does he do it backward all the time?
Most of the roster cannot comprehend does Carmelo Hayes.
Again springboarding and coming back on the attack of Alistair Black.
Carmelo said, hi, I'm here. Talk about me.
And from downtown, here comes Carmelo.
Nice.
to
Yo,
the
Carmelo's
floor.
on fire in this
Carmelo
match.
Hayes
He's
is in
moving at
control
100.
here in
Everybody's
this
like
fatal
moving at
four-way
not
King of the
100.
Ring First round, but LA Knight cleans things up.
It's again the issue in getting excited too quickly with your own performance. Take your eye off the ball for a split second.
And just
Thank you so
slamming
much,
him
Double S,
into
for the
our
kind
new
comments.
reinforced announce desk. And guess who's here?
Oh, Jesus.
Knight able to get away from it. Alistair Black
Woo!
unable to do so. The Viper smashing Alistair Black right on top of the announce desk.
We got a bunch of smash.
Dan says Denise's thoughts on Tiffy's first pitch yesterday in New York. I think I saw it while I was scrolling. And didn't she go like way off? I think she went way off, didn't she?
Taking advantage against Melo.
I was like scrolling and watching.
You have the advantage. It's 1-on-1. 2 men down on the outside. You got to win it now.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever do like a first pitch thing. That shit would be so embarrassing.
While seated up on
I would do
top of
such
the
an
corner.
ass job. Matt Reichel says not as bad as 50 Cent. 50 Cent was bad. 50
Back and
Cent,
forth
like,
they go.
he's the reason why if anybody does a
Megastar
first
looking
pitch,
to
you
go
should
big
practice
here while
ahead
he
of
has
time.
the moment.
Nobody wants to be like 50
Seize
Cent's
it.
first pitch. That was hilarious.
Lock it up. Trying to defend
Dan
against the
Bridgman says
superplex.
just a bit. Yeah, I did see a little bit of that. Sheldon says it was as bad as 50 Cent's first pitch. Oh, no. But she's a girly girl, though, so I wouldn't expect her to go out there
Randy
and,
Orton trying
you
to
know,
take
have an
that
arm.
position that Knight had.
But then again, she is
Melo
an
hits the
athlete,
ice.
but
Oh,
it's so
look
much
at
different,
the
though,
step-up
to
kick
be the kind of
by
athlete she
Alistair
is
Black.
versus like somebody that can,
Eyeball from
you know,
Alistair
throw.
Black, so precise with those strikes.
He looked to send Orton out of the ring, but instead he turns things around against the Viper right into the post.
Now for a take two.
Shout out to Future King. Thanks so much for popping into the chat.
Mello,
Austin writes us,
Gets
dang,
sent
not
back. Is
compared
he
to
gonna
50
fly
Cent's
from
first
there?
pitch.
Frog
Ooh, frog splash from Carmelo.
For the win.
Two. 2.
Oh,
With a 2.
and coming in and making the save at the last possible minute is Aleister Black.
All right, we're going to a commercial break. I'll keep the audio going for everybody. Yeah, so I had seen a little piece of that, but I hadn't seen the whole thing. But I figured that she probably wasn't going to go out there and just hit, like, you know, a beautiful shot. I'm telling you guys, if you are a celebrity and you get asked to do a first pitch, go to the baddie, go someplace, go to the park, and throw the ball just to get a little bit of practice. Because, yo, I would be hella embarrassed. But then again, like, I don't know. I'm bad at everything, so it is what it is. Actually, I think I posted a video one time, like, throwing some baseballs at
Well, these two know each other so well after the past
somewhere. I don't know where I was. Maybe Knott's Berry Farm or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's harder than it looks, guys. It's harder than it looks. I Show Sigma says, yay, Friday Night Smackdown. What's up, Sigma? We got an Adrian here who says New Japan was at its peak when the Okada Kenny feud and Bucks and Cody in those days. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of people that watch. I just haven't been, so I'm kind of a bad example. Frank says, plus everyone and their mama watching you throw the first pitch going to be nervous AF. I know. So funny. Dan says, Tiffy tweeted about 50 after too, all in good fun. Yeah, good for her. Good for her.
Just targeting every joint.
We got Matt right here who says amazing at interviewing and podcast. Yeah, thank God there's something there.
Great reception here in Lexington.
Double S says WWE is all about the sponsorships now. I'm waiting for the Blue Chew ring bell.
Damage on the desk, and he does. As that back of Memo just crashes home on the reinforced unannounced.
God, it's so dark. Do I look super dark in here? Like, should I turn on a light, or is everyone cool with this, like, visual? Because it's hella dark in here. Like, the shade just went completely down right now. Okay, thanks, Andrew says it's fine. Okay, I feel like I'm so dark, like I should turn on a light or something.
Fighting back in that corner against Knight, delivering right hands as LA Knight, the megastar, able to floor Randy and get out of that compromised position.
LA Knight's boot has come undone.
Tied each other up for several minutes of this one, while Mello and Aleister Black with all the.
Also, shout out to Bill W from New York who's in here. Also, shout out to Mick Economics. What's up? Double S says, don't you usually have a ring light on? Actually, I only turn it on for the post shows. I never turn it on for the watch-alongs because it hurts my eyes. To have it on for 3 hours, yeah, I would totally just like blinded by it. For an hour, no big deal, but for 3 hours,
such a natural at this.
Dan says, all good. Does your mic always light up? I've never noticed. See, that's probably because it's darker in here. You probably never noticed before because of the light. Yes, this is always on. If it's red, green, I'm back on. So if it's green, I'm on. If it's red, it's off. All right, we're back on the show. Also, shout out to Christian Quiles Velez. What's up, dude? We also got Scott Collins. What's up, Scott?
One-on-one in the semifinals.
Bodies are flying left, right, and
It was a black mass attempt.
Jay Hunch says, wasn't SmackDown supposed to be going back to 2 hours sometime this month? Yo, we got so close, but they decided, I guess, to like keep it going. Keep it going for the 3 hours.
All three opponents went out.
Megastar eats that big elbow.
Just exhaustion kicking in there for Aleister Black, but denied again was Carmelo Hayes.
Look at this strike sequence as well. Various levels, kicks, punches, elbows into the cover to try to advance. And a count of 2 before Memo kicks out.
But just nobody has figured out.
Jared says, loving the dude with the shades in the background. I don't even see him.
Aleister Black. It's a
I'll have to look for him.
When this guy gets going.
The speed at which they come. It is nonstop as he is sizing up his rivals. But instead, Randy delivers the 2 big blows.
Talk about the speed at which they
nice.
Slam Randy Orton.
Nice.
And how about one for Knight? Oh, Mello, you want some?
Come and get
so
some.
much torque and momentum and so much impact. on the landing.
Randy with his little...
Oh, is he going double? Are we draping DDT ×2, Wade?
Randy Orton sensing victory.
Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Knight comes in with the jumping neck breaker.
Oh, I was about to say, there's
Just
no way
barely.
he's getting the 3 right there.
The neck breaker
No
connected
way.
on Randy Orton, and in the process,
No way.
a double DDT, 3 for the price of 1 from the megastar. A brilliant move, and it's devastating for LA Knight fans on planet Earth that did not quite get the job
Double
done.
S's, I think he meant the dude with the shades
Reaching
behind you.
here in Lexington.
Oh, the Orange Cassidy Teddy.
11,922.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
$1 plus
talking
gate
about a
Lexington.
fan. I was like, I don't
Highest
see a fan with
WWE event
shades.
here in history, and they've got
Oh, yeah, that's
star
Orange
power
Cassidy.
everywhere.
Every man going for his heaviest hitter here.
BFT on Aleister Black.
Aleister Black
Okay,
tried his best
last
to roll
time,
out of it. I don't
LA
think he
Knight
quite
stole
did.
Aleister Black's victory. What if this time Aleister Black steals LA Knight's
And Neville
victory?
comes in to save it after the megastar hit the BFT.
Saving his own chances in the match in the process. 1 full finishing it, of course. Even if the pinfall is not on you, it's game over.
Knight slams down Mello.
Resourceful, coming up with whatever he can, and with the ring
Yeah,
cleared
Austin, it
out
is. It's
for
Austin. It's
Carmelo
Orange
Hayes.
Cassidy.
Now is the time.
I got it
he
at
loves that leaping
a,
elbow
I think
when
it was
he's able to line it
Starcast a
up.
while back.
Oh!
Like a while back.
Big
Oh, there's
Reed.
Bronson Reed. Wait, did he just yank?
LA Knight got a little
Oh,
bit of a
spear
fight
incoming,
in there.
spear incoming.
Dogs are barking.
Send him flying,
Braun
flying,
breaker.
send him flying. Ah, it's all right.
Braun breaker
How
was
sad.
just
The expectations of Braun Spear, of Braun Spears, it feels like they have been set very high now after what he did to Carlito and
Mello says, I'll take
Speed.
advantage.
Now his oh no!
RKO.
Cool.
RKO.
Oh,
And
that's
was
it.
on top
Randy's
of that
winning
like
right
that.
here. Yeah, there you go. Shocking. Even though we all knew Randy was winning this one. Hey, safe bet for all of us. Safe bet for all of us. Kevin Simpson says, thought this would happen. Yeah, with Braun and Bronson have pretty much been interfering a whole lot. They played a huge role in Money in the Bank. Like a huge role there.
Losing finalist gets a chance to progress through.
So yeah, I am thinking that it'll be Randy making it all the way through.
Next week. This is where LA Knight he thought he had it won. Bronson Reed showing up shortly followed by Braun the Breaker. A little payback from Monday. Carmelo Hayes going big. But out of nowhere,
All right.
Piper catches
Hey, what's up
Hayes.
to Plugger 1234? Thank you so much for popping in. We got Miss WWE Girl says, I knew Randy Orton was gonna win this match. All right, let's see the updated bracket.
The Piper is on to the
Randy.
semifinals.
Oh yeah, it
That
could
starts
totally
the
be
course
Randy
for
versus
Super
Cody
Last
at the end of
year's
this.
controversy, Wade, that you
Yeah, I
said
can
in the
totally
ring
see that.
finals when
Hey
he lost
Lewis,
to Gunther.
who just woke up, says, what have I missed so far? Randy Orton advances in the tourney for the King of the Ring. And what else did you miss? John Cena, he came out, he spoke. You're
And
fine.
still to come tonight. Remember, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, returns to SmackDown in-ring action, as well is our Queen of the Ring Fatal 4-Way.
Oh, they
Jade
also
Cargill,
added
Piper Niven,
Piper,
Nia
Jade,
Jax,
Nia, and
Battle
Meechin
Dance,
for
Alexa
today.
Bliss,
I wasn't
Chelsea
sure if
Green,
that match was
Candice LeRae,
happening today
and
or
the
when,
incomparable Charlotte
but now it looks
Flair.
like
Two
we've got
women's
that
fatal
figured
4-way.
out. Oh, there's the AI hubs.
The United States champion.
Let's go,
is
AI
here.
hubs.
Hell, the United States champion is America's most wanted. And I'm coming live and direct inside the rough arena. Yaramein.
I cannot
We
do
do
that.
you mean, Fatu? We do
Yaramein.
you mean? He's next.
Yaramein. All right, we're at a commercial break in the meantime. 1 second. Let me mute the commercials in the meantime. Let me see. We got who do we got in here? This is this is from Sheldon, who says Tiffany was third worst. First belongs to Stephen A. Smith, 2 is 50 Cent, and 3 is Tiffany Stratton. Stephen A. Smith's bounds before it got to the plate. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. But that's bad that she made it on to top 3 of the worst. That's so funny. What can I say? I can't talk any shit, though, because I know for a fact. Honestly, guys, if you were throwing the first pitch out, do you think your pitch would be good? I know my sure as hell wouldn't. Sure as hell would not be good. Thank you, Sheldon, for ranking the worst pitches. Let's go. Thank you. So funny. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Jared Palmer, who says there's only 17 dates left of the Cena Farewell Tour, live counted Night of Champions, and it's only June. Oh, shit, Jared, you're right. Damn. I'm telling you, like, I feel like we wasted so many on, like, really insignificant things that, like, happen. Like, we need to start, like, stacking it up. Like, let's do more with our dates that we have, not just the, hey, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Like, let's get a little bit more out of it. Some more backstages, some more confrontations. God, surprise us with a SmackDown or a Raw match. Honestly, come on. Like, this is it, guys. This is it. Look at this. After Night of Champions, 17. And that's, unless he pops up someplace else. Thank you, Jared. Sarah says that was pretty good, Denise. Way better than me. You know what? I'm going to try it next time, like a little bit better. I should probably, you know what? That's a really good idea for like a short video. Trying to do the yada mean thing, but it's very, very hard because you really got to get the vibrancy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's a little hard. All right, let me go through some more comments here and see what everyone's saying. Shout out to Arthur Thompson, who is here, who says his first pitch would be good. Yo, Arthur. I like that confidence. We got Mike Riggs in here. Icy says mine would be worse than 50 Cent. Oh, man. Jimmy England says, so when does Mr. Iguana debut? Hey, yo, that's a fact, man. I don't know. When would be like a good time to pop him in and just have him like debut? They could literally do it whenever. I don't know. All right, let's go through some more. Shout out to VPSR, who's also in here. We got Eric Diaz. What's up, Eric? He says John Cena versus Ron Killings tonight. Did they announce that? Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Rudio says I need a I Hate You solo shirt. Yo, that's money right there. I'd probably buy it. I'd wear an I Hate You solo shirt. Thank you so much for the kind comment, Javier. Hey, maybe I should stick to the big blush that I've accidentally put on my face today. We got Uncle Donk here with the very generous super chat. He says John Cena should have retired like Sting. That was awesome. That was probably one of the best retirements that we've like ever seen. But I also appreciate how different John Cena's has been, where it's like the whole year. It's just that not everything has been great, but had everything been great, like in this final year for John Cena, like the stuff with Cody and everything, I think we would have had a different discussion. We would have felt differently about it, but I'm pretty sure his last night, like whichever is his last match, I'm pretty sure it'll feel very, very special because it's John Cena, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure they'll go all out. I hope they have like people like in the mainstream, like celebrities and wrestlers. I hope they have them do like videos, you know, talking about John Cena's career, whether or not they were fans, memories of wrestling him, maybe memories of being on the set with him, like a bunch of stuff to like celebrate John Cena. I hope they do that at the end. Thank you, Uncle Dong. Shout out to Rising Creature. Thank you so much for the nice comment. We got Adam Reidner, who also says Stephen A. Smith is the worst. So looks like Adam agrees with Shelton Jackson's ranking of that. We got also, who do we got in here? We got Ramboli First Blood. Thank you so much for popping into the stream. All right, here we go. The AI Hubs is here. Brent Hawkins says AI husband is here. Oh, man. Yo, I can't wait till me and Jacob Fatu do another interview together. I already know what the comment section is going to be like on that video. It needs to happen, guys. It needs to happen. I need to get another interview with Jacob Fatu, just so that we can get hundreds of comments on the YouTube video with people putting Denise's AI husband. So funny.
Because Jacob himself heard that as well.
We got VPSR who says, dude, John Cena's co-stars from the movies Weekend's Friends. Oh, I saw that one. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. It was on Hulu, wasn't it? The Vacation with Friends or Weekend with Friends or something like that. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Fatu did indeed hear every word. Now, 24 hours after this, Money in the Bank, Jacob Fatu wrecks job. It looked like Sikoa was going to stroll to victory. Not quite.
You solo.
I hate you, and hate was the right word. Fatu.
Sarah says, I bet Jacob would laugh so hard if you interviewed him again. Oh, I wouldn't bring it up. No way. I'd be way too embarrassed. Ain't no way I would bring it up.
Crashing through a table and winning.
Also, shout out to Patricia Mercer. Thank you so much for hopping in to the stream. Thank you. Funny Redemption says Money in the Bank was good. It felt so short. I don't know if it's because of I was at the show, but it felt like Money in the Bank. Yo, I got there, had some chicken nuggets, sat down, said hello to a couple of people, blinked, and the show was over. All right, let's see what Fatu has to say.
Lexington, Kentucky. Let's keep it 100. Just because your family don't mean that you could go behind their back and try to snake them. Just because we both come from the same bloodline don't mean that you could take all the credit for your hard work. So Solo says, I wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for him. Solo says, Jacob Fatu would be nothing if it wasn't for him. This is exactly why I had to remind Solo at Money in the Bank what happens when you don't get in, where you fit in.
Get in where you fit in.
So I guess it's just me against the world now, baby. Because Jacob Fatu is all gas and no brakes with it.
That's right. Tell them how you
Wait,
feel, Jacob.
oh, it's Solo. I was
Tell 'em how
like,
you
I thought that
feel.
was commentary for a second. I'm like, why are they speaking right now? It's Solo. Oh my God,
done
JC
getting
Mateo
everything
looks
off
so
your chest?
creepy in the back.
And Money in the Bank, you could have made the biggest mistake of your life. And I can forgive you for that. I can. You see, 1 year ago when I came to Sacramento to see you, you was doing nothing. You were nothing. Nobody wanted you around until I brought you here. I brought you here, Jacob.
I thought he was
made
about
you
to quote
into
The
a
Rock's promo
superstar.
to the
I put
Hurricane.
money in your pocket. I put you in a position for success. I made you champion. It was all because of me.
I'm sorry, I can't get over JC Mateo just in the back with the mug face. Like,
Next week,
looks so scary.
I will be in the middle of the ring with open arms, willing to take you back, Jacob. But there's something I need from you. I need to hear 4 words from you, Jacob.
I love you, Solo.
Love you, Solo.
Man, it's a little weird, don't you think?
Jacob, remember,
Why you want his
Always
love,
remember.
huh? He don't love you, Solo.
I brought
Get
you
over
into
it.
this world.
What is he, his mom? Brought you into this world. What?
I will take you out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Points of response from
I wish they had
Actions have
Jacob Fatu
consequences in this
say
world,
one
even
more
for
thing to
Jacob
like
Fatu.
punch it and close it
But if
out.
you
Because I
wanna
kind of felt
avoid
like
those
just having
potentially
Jacob standing there like,
savage consequences,
I think
there
they should have had him
are
say
four
like at
words you
least
need
one
to
more
offer
thing.
Jacob Fatu. Tread carefully.
Uncle Dog says Solo thinks he's Jacob's mama. That's what I'm saying.
Ladies,
I brought you into the world.
for you.
Whose mom hasn't said that at some point?
Chelsea's not here. What are you talking about? Oh,
Oh God. Is she in Paris? Where is she at?
So we're gonna need to postpone my Queen of the Ring match until next week.
postponed.
Never mind. Those are palm trees. I
We're
thought
not
that was the
postponing
Eiffel
anything. In
Tower.
fact, now that I think about it, it looks like the Secret Herb is here. It looks like Alba Fire is ready for action. So I think
Oh.
Alba Fire can take your place tonight. That's a great idea.
No, Nicholas.
Oh, you're not authorizing it. Oh, well, that's such a shame because I just authorized it and I don't really care what you have to say. So, Alba, I suggest you go get ready because you've got a big match. Big opportunity. Queen of the Ring.
Wait, so she's really replacing Chelsea?
I
Okay.
need Julia now.
Julia isn't here. Okay?
Well, that's convenient.
Look,
Damn,
I
no
know
one's
that you
here
wanna get your hands
tonight.
on her after what happened last week, Zelina, but look,
First of all, I have been snatched harder by better, okay? Secondly, it's not the girl running around doing sneak attacks that you got to worry about. It's the girl who keeps getting back up after the ass has been dealt that you got to fear.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
you think one little sneak attack is going to scare me, tú estás hablando con the wrong one. Because I am the United States.
Oh my gosh, I just
champion.
realized Chelsea's
So,
still talking.
Next week, I'm going to confront her face to face. Because I don't really need to pretend or hide for nobody. So when the smallest girl with the biggest mouth does make you look stupid, then what?
okay then.
Look at Chelsea still talking in the
Ridiculous.
background. You just
We
hear
all
like,
owe Zelina for lowering the volume.
and it's
Nicholas,
Chelsea.
send a private jet
That
for
was so
Chelsea
funny.
Green.
That was
You could
hilarious.
still
We got,
see- you could still hear the
We got
muted
infamous
screams
Raider
in the
Loco Frank.
background.
Thank you
Worst
so much for
GM
this very
ever,
kind
Nicholas.
super chat. He says, shout out to Denise for always giving us great content. Great Friday. Took it off to see my little man's promotion ceremony. Then spent the rest of the day with my daughter. She bought me Jordans for my Father's Day gift. Now I'm here. Cheers. Yo, first of all, happy Father's Day to you and to everybody else here who's celebrating, whether you are a father or you're celebrating your father. Seriously, shout out to all the dads out there, all the grandpas, because grandpas, I see them as dads too. All the really great uncles, you name it. There's a lot of people who fill that capacity. So shout out to all the dads out there killing it, including yourself, Frank. And thank you so much for the kind super chat. And I'm glad that you had a good day with your family. I feel like those are the best days. You feel like reinvigorated when you hang out with people that you love, whether it be your friends or your family. They just tend to like bring out a new kind of energy in you. So those are always the best days. I'm excited. Tomorrow is my godson's well, today's his birthday, but tomorrow I'm taking him to Chuck E. Cheese. So I'm excited about that for tomorrow. I also haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese in a while. And I like Chuck E. Cheese pizza a whole lot. So I'm like, I can't wait. Thank you, infamous Raider Loco. Much love. And again, happy early Father's Day. And the Jordans, yo, I'm sure they're really nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's see what we got here. What is everybody saying? Jared Palmer says, we're not actually buying that crap, are we? That Chelsea isn't here. She'll turn up. I hope so, because I feel like I would kind of be a little bit bummed if she wasn't, in the matchup that she was supposed to be in for the Queen of the Ring. So I feel like that would be kind of lame, but then I'm pretty sure like if she loses, they'll have, Alba will have to take the blame. So it kind of feels like it'll be a dead giveaway on that one. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Let me go through some more comments. Also, shout out to Dave Jordan, who's in the building. Thank you so much for joining us today. And Uncle Dong says Chelsea's still talking Alameo. I love her. Yes, boy. Hey, this is a good question. He says, why Piper leave without her phone? That's true. I would never leave without my phone. I'd be like, give me that back. Shout out to Home Wrestling League, who's also here. Let me go through some more comments. Let's see. Let me go through some more. See what everyone's saying. All right. Sorry, I'm going through everyone's comments. WrestleMania also says that it was very creepy about what's his face? JC Mateo just creeping back there, like all creepy, super creepy. Icy says Chuck E. Cheese is fire. Yes, I agree. They used to have some really good like mozzarella sticks. The mozzarella sticks at a Chuck E. Cheese were really, really good. If they have some, I'm gonna order some. We got Red Raven Rucker. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for joining us here today. Yeah, that's right, Melissa. You're right. She has her broken nose. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Melissa. I show Sigma says my phone is my life. Yo, everyone that I see has their phones attached to them at all times. That's why I never believe when people don't answer their phone. I'm like, lies. I know you're next to your phone. We got Gordon Lawless. What's up, Gordon? Thank you so much for popping into the stream as well. Let's see. We got Latuan Rocket. What's up, Latuan? Says, hey, DD. Yo, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good Friday. We got Glenn Shelton who says, happy Father's Day to the dads. Hear the dads pass and all the other dads. Exactly. Lots of love to everybody's fathers. All right, let's see what we got. T. Harris. Hey, what's up, T. Harris? Thank you so much for popping in here to the stream, T. Harris. All right, let me get the audio back on because we are back.
Successful WrestleMania
we are back.
In history. We shattered every
I like that graphic of Triple H at the top of Allegiant Stadium.
Entertainment capital of the world.
Some fancy green screen there. Looks legit.
It's time to double down, Las Vegas. WrestleMania returns in 2026. Are you ready?
I'm kind of ready. I'm going to try to make my plans like way in ahead of time for WrestleMania.
This thing.
Like my travel plans, I'm gonna try to make them a lot more in advance. Now that I know what WrestleMania in Las Vegas is like, I feel like I can be more prepared this time around.
Stop excitement with On Location. That's the official fan hospitality partner of WWE. Find your package at onlocationexp.com/WWE. You couldn't ever get me up there on top of that for that shoot.
Yeah, I was trying to spell out Braun Breaker, and I accidentally wrote Bond Breaker. All right, it's time for the women's Queen of the Ring.
So it'll be her first time competing in a Queen of the Ring tournament.
What a daunting task Meechin has. Three of the biggest powerhouses in WWE.
All right. Sorry, guys, I'm multitasking. I got to get all the videos up on Facebook. Shout out to Justin, who's my Friday editor and cuts clips for me on Fridays for SmackDown. So he cuts the clip, posts them up on Instagram, and then I take them and post them up on Facebook. So it's a whole system we got back here. All right, let's see predictions, guys. Who's your prediction for this match? Who do you think wins this one?
There is Piper Niven, who is the fourth member of this.
Let's see. We got, hey, what's up, Fernando? We got John Washington here who says, I think Jade wins this match. I think it's either Jade or Nia Jax. Those are my top two picks for this one.
Went on to win the women's championship.
Tiger Claw says, wait, they didn't have Julia in the Queen of the Ring?
She steps in.
Let me see.
Queen of the Ring. First round, fatal four-way.
No, she's not in it. No, for SmackDown. I'm thinking that's because she's gonna win the United States Championship. But I mean, she could have still been part of the actual tournament. We got Eric Diaz who predicts Jade. Conception also predicts Jade for the win. Let's see. Lewis says Meechin. Adam Reiner says props to Jason on the 13th. Uncle Dog says Nia was awesome as Queen of the Ring. Yeah, she did a good job. She definitely owns the role for sure. We got Mick Economics who says probably Jade, but I hope Nia. Dan says Jade. Tiger Claw Jade. Dan Bridgman mentions Nia won last year. Yeah, she did. That's why I'm
getting out of the way
today because usually when I think people have won in the past, they kind of go in with a little bit more cred for it. Because it's like, oh, you were able to win last time, so you could make it pretty far this time again. But I think it'll be Jade. IC also goes with Jade. John also goes with Jade.
About a foot And now
Infamous
right
Radio
in the
Loco
center
says,
of
is
the
Jade
ring,
Cargill now winning because of
Jade
her
and
new movie
Michin
announcement?
face off.
I don't think so. I think she can still take it and do it. We got Jaime Garcia here who says Jade definitely. WrestleMania says, let's go Jade. Scott Jade. This is feeling like Randy Orton again, where we were all like, it's Randy.
That is the storm.
James also
Look at
says
the
Mia.
athleticism, and
Melissa
look
says
at the
Jade.
strength.
Sigma says Jade.
Backbreaker.
Funny Redemption
And she
Jade.
goes right into the lateral press.
JB says, hopefully it's Piper, but probably not. Hey, you know, Piper Niven has a lot of fans, guys. Her videos always do very well whenever I post her. Like, whenever I post videos of Piper on social media, they always do very well. Like, she's got fans. That's usually how I gauge who's popular and who's not, based off, you know, how much interest there is when I post about them.
Beautiful drop kick there from Michin. You've got the woman.
We got Plugger who
down,
also says Jade. He says Jade. Icy Jade. This WWE girl Jade. Maxwell Jade. Jim England Jade. Superfro Jade. Xavier Jade. And WrestleMania Jade. Oh, and Xavier Jade. Superfro Jade. Jimmy Jade. I don't know why I'm reading Jimmy Jade. It's very fun. Jimmy Jade. Oh, nice. Dude, Piper's whole body on Michin. Chris Chaos says Piper is cool. Yeah, she is. And she's kind of like a very charming personality. Like, I've interviewed her a few times, and she's just like very perky, very like, I don't know how to explain it. If you guys seen her interviews, like her real personality, it's very like, I can't explain it. I really can't. But that's her vibe.
Nia Jax suffered a major setback several weeks ago trying to dethrone Tiffany Stratton. Well, you win the Queen of the Ring again. You get yourself another shot.
There has never been a two-time.
No, I agree with Yes Boy who says can't be comfortable wearing a suit. I have been like praying to take those suits off those poor girls. Having to wrestle in a suit seems like ass.
Saying, how do we want to manage and handle Jade Cargill?
Smart thing to do.
WrestleMania bubbly.
Yeah,
I guess bubbly. A little bubbly, a little perky. I think she's more like perky. I don't know. I gotta go back and watch those interviews.
Jade Cargill open a pathway. Easier said than done, apparently.
You know, one eats an elbow, the other right into the post, and now that big pop kick from Jade.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little too hard. Clear both women out of the ring. No one left to pit.
And they're fighting out on the floor. And meanwhile, Michin is back to her feet.
Michin had some good momentum for a while. Nice moonsault from Michin.
Right onto all three of her chief rivals.
Chris Chaos says Michin for the W.
First round, fatal
I really like Michin, but I don't think she has the same kind of popularity as like Jade or even Piper. I think they might have a little bit more popularity, and I feel like that, you know, that obviously goes a long way.
Yeah,
oh, that's true, Double S. You're right. Piper is very engaging. When she talks, you listen. Because she's charming. That's also what she has. She's very charming when you talk to her. You know how just some people have that natural charm to them when they speak? That's Piper.
We've already in the relative early goings of this one got 4 broken.
I think if they kind of let her be herself a little bit more, I think she would gain like even more fans.
Who are not currently winners, such as Miss Chelsea Green.
Damon Gill says Jade probably winning the whole thing. Yeah, she's a top pick of mine for sure. Young Citrus says you got to be sweating like a hog when you're wearing that type of suit in the ring. Yo, and with the tie, I mean, I'm pretty sure the tie is like a clip-on or something. I don't know. I can't really tell.
I can't even.
But a collar, while you're wrestling, F that, bro.
I can imagine you fawning.
F that. A collar and then having to be restricted from your arms. Like,
although if I were gonna fawn over anyone,
suits restrict you. They don't allow you to be like limber.
Trying to take control here.
Oh shit, I just realized we're on a commercial break. We got Hangman Garcia who says Piper just comes across as extremely likable. Hopefully she gets her moment eventually. Yeah, I hope so too. Plus, like, people take her seriously. She's a good wrestler. She's likable. She's funny. I don't know what else you could possibly want in a performer.
Teamwork, it seems, by the two biggest powerhouses of them all.
JB says Piper's fantastic wrestler. She moves very well for her size and never hurts anyone. Yeah, literally. I haven't heard any stories like that, so.
Now look at Nia.
I don't think I want to be referee Charles Robinson either. Now I look at things.
Piper.
And Nia.
Speaking
and
of
they have
being funny.
done this earlier tonight as well. Teaming
saucy.
up. Squash after
Oh, poor
squash
Michin.
against
Oh, no.
The ultimate
got the stink
humiliation for Michin, who lacks the power to fight back at this point, has been put through the ringer, and it ain't getting any better from here.
All right, fun question.
Hip attack
How much
from
would
Piper
you
Niven.
have to be
Hold on, here,
paid
check the glutes.
in order
There
to
was a
take a
glute
stink
issue
face
that
from
appears
Rikishi?
to have been fixed with a
Stink
quick
face from
The
Rikishi.
approval from Nia
Name
Jax.
your price. What would you do it for? How much
Michin
money?
Trying to fight back.
How
Body
much
shot
money
after
would
body
you be
shot.
like, all right, I will do the stink face. By Rikishi, okay? From Rikishi. I think my number would be like 5 million. Like literally a high ass, like crazy number. Dan, $5. Dan, no. Sigma, $1. No. Tiger Claw says at least 50 million. Sarah says $1 billion. Yeah. Lewis says, is it on television? Yes, the whole world sees you also take the stink face from Rikishi.
There is the covenant.
Dill the Pickle
crown,
says, not
the
much, I
queen
just need to
of
pay
the
rent.
ring as we are
Okay, at
underway
least
from
get
the
like at least
jam-packed
10 years
Rupp
worth
Arena,
of rent money
Lexington,
and take into
Kentucky.
account
The
inflation
winner
and all
of this
that.
tournament gets a
Courtney Farr says
championship
5
opportunity
million.
at
Miss
SummerSlam
WB
in
Girl
early
says $1
August
million
at
for a stink
MetLife
face.
Stadium.
Xavier says at least in the tens of million. Uncle Don says for how long?
It was working so well until that flurry from Jay
45
Cargill, but
seconds.
now normal
45
service
seconds
has
to a
resumed.
minute of a stink face. And you got to be right in there.
Piper Niven, what an opportunity this would be.
Man,
at
McCallum
this stage
just
with
says
her
many
career.
monies.
Nia Jax
Double
trying
S,
to be a
500K.
back-to-back winner.
Ruben says
Queen of the
depends.
ring.
Did he use the bathroom before?
House of Cards has been tumbling of late, mainly
I
thanks
would
to
say it's
US
been
champ Zelina
maybe like
Vega.
at least
Just
8
the
hours
Piper
since he's
Niven
gone.
to
8
stop the
hours.
Rock tonight.
Oh, and look at the punishment that Jade Cargill is
I love
forced to
how
take
everyone
with the
has
hip attack.
very specific questions.
Piper
Is
and
it on
Nia
television?
teaming up to
How
deal
long
with
is it? Did he
Cannonball
go to
comes
the
in with
bathroom?
Jade Cargill.
Just massive blow up the
I didn't
match.
even think of those questions.
Oh, and Nia says, hey,
Hey,
hold on a
Jobson, what's
second.
up, hey,
That wasn't
Jobson?
part of the
Tremaine
game
Young
plan.
says 5 million. Kevin
We're
says
gonna
free.
team
Be
up, we're
nice
gonna
to meet
deal
him.
with her.
What?
But I'm not going to allow for that.
Melissa Gamel says 20 mil. Scott Collins says 500K. Jimmy says 1 million.
Oh, would you look at this? Hurricane Rana from Michin.
Everyone forgot about Michin, who'd taken a major beating earlier in this match, but now
Tornado DDT on Piper.
caught that
Lewis
second
says any
win, and
amount,
how
I don't care.
devastating was this?
Double S says
away
on
against
TV,
Michin.
10 million.
All of a sudden,
Uncle
with an
Dunk is
offensive
stinking to
surge.
$1. Yo.
Michin, who has been
I
mainly
wouldn't, there's
tagging
no
with
way I would
Beef
do
Fab
it.
of late, but of
I would
course,
at least
is
ask
always
for like
down
a shit
any
ton of
fight
money.
in any format. Really in the ascendancy here.
Oh, she went for the Rana on Jade, but instead countered into the power bomb and the kick out at 2 and change.
Yeah, ridiculous course.
Yeah, I'll never forget the story that Jay Uso told me when he mentioned that he was like mortified when his dad did the stink face on Trish Stratus. Like, can you imagine your dad doing a stink face on Trish Stratus? How mortifying that would be for someone to see.
Control. Michin trying to counter that effort.
Slice bread.
Lewis says free if I get on TV for 45 seconds.
Lateral press. And
Wild.
Nia comes in.
Hey, Johnson says, what did I walk into? I have no idea.
Victory here. It's never going to be power against this trio. Oh,
Clown says 1 million in a spot next to him at all WrestleCons after to make money off the autographs. Hey, yo, Clown's a businessman. Clown is like thinking bigger picture here.
Feels she should be home and dry by this point.
You see Jade Cargill on the outside, and Nia and Piper are coming out to meet her.
Badly damaged Jade Cargill, who's taken a hell of a
Jade's
beat
working.
already in this one.
Look at how courageous she
I
is,
love
though,
Jade's
willing
gear
to
today.
fight
I've been
both
wanting
of
to
them.
mention that like 10 times, and I kept forgetting to say it.
Whoa!
Oh Jesus! He just
Wade!
threw her
Wade
like a
Barrett is
sack of
taken out.
potatoes.
Oh no!
Oh,
Jade
she
Cargill
flipped her
just
off
went
and they
absolutely
did the
flying
black screen.
as hard as anybody has ever
flipped
gone
her
over
off.
our announce desk, and it took
So
out
everyone's
Wade
saying
Barrett
rip
as
Wade.
well.
Wade, no. Booker T would have probably
And now
been
back
like
to
arms
action
wide open.
inside the ring. Hopefully this headset is still working right now.
Nice.
Slamming
Okay,
down
what is
Michin.
happening? Are we gonna get a surprise win here?
Trying to unearth things behind our desk. As
Now I'm
Nia
thinking
Jax
Nia's
comes
winning.
in
I
to
don't think
make
they've
the
gotten
save.
rid of Jade though. I think Jade will come back.
Wait, are you okay? Wait.
Or maybe it really is gonna be Nia.
Thank you for asking. I saw you run out of the way.
Oh my
You
God,
should've
Wade's
saved
voice.
me.
Look at Michin.
He's like,
trying to
thank
fight
you.
back.
I'm okay.
Michin now as Nia and Piper take advantage and slam her down.
All right, Joe, I think I'm back in business. I shrugged it off. Although I don't know what happened to Jade Cargill, who took a way heavier landing than I did, that's for sure.
Oh no, she's about to kill Michin. That's how she took out
She's going
Lyra
up
when she
top.
won Queen of the Ring.
Looking for the Annihilator.
I still will never forget how much nastier she was with Lyra.
Piper Niven comes in.
Clubbing blow to the jaw just at the right time.
And
Saving
these
the
two,
day.
who were acting as a tandem to get to this point in the match, all of a sudden have turned on each other.
Oh, a little
The
spear
barrier
there.
Timekeeper.
Okay.
Piper
I
sends
see you,
Nia
Piper.
right through the barrier.
I
They
see
have
you.
taken herself up, but no staggering up is Piper Niven. I think Queen Nia's done
Oh my
that.
gosh, is
Such a
Piper gonna
heavy
get
landing.
this? I'd be so happy
Boy,
for
and
her if she
Michin
did.
does not want to be in this position. And
Wait, are we
Piper
getting
just
holy
took
shit
out
chance?
Nia
That's
Jax, and
great.
now she's going up to that
Piper.
second
Oh my
rope,
God, what
looking
if
for that
Piper
Piper
wins?
bomb, and she
Oh no, wait,
lands
no.
it.
Jade's gonna take
Oh,
her
but here's
victory.
Jade.
Jade's
Here's
gonna
Jade.
finish her off.
Is she
Oh.
gonna jaded Piper?
Oh.
Wow, she does it.
That was pretty impressive. All right, Jade
strong
wins.
is
That's
Jade
most of
Cargill?
everybody predicted, but I'm not gonna lie, that ending was pretty cool. That ending was pretty sick, especially with Piper. That was pretty sick. All right.
Wow, what
Thumbs
an
up,
effort
thumbs
from
up,
Jade
thumbs up.
Cargill rising up from the dead. I think
All right,
softening
let's
her
see
blow there.
our updated
Assistant
bracket.
division. I'm going to take a big assist on
That was
but this is
cool.
the moment. Nia Jax hopes went up in smoke. And right here, Piper Niven thought she had it in the bag, but Cargill, quick as a flash, connecting with a massive Jaded. And now Jade Cargill progresses to the semi-final. Whereupon
All right, let's see. We still got another match happening today. So we got Roxanne and Jade on one side of the bracket.
That matchup will take place next week.
Sorry,
here
I'm like
on
choking here as
SmackDown,
I'm
the
saying it.
semi-final
Roxanne
of
and
the
Jade.
Queen of the Ring tournament. Congratulations,
Ayo.
Jade Cargill.
Roxanne and Jade. Roxanne and Jade.
And up
Oh, there's
next,
our girl
she
Naomi.
did it. And
Can't
that's a
wait to hear what
problem
she's gonna
for
have
the
to
rest
say.
of the division. Naomi is Miss Money in
Can't
the
wait.
Bank. We will hear from her next.
All right, give me 1 second, everybody, as I
This July,
get the
Atlanta are bringing the
get the
classics back.
second recording going.
The Great American Bash.
It's getting hot in here.
I like to call the Great American Bash the
Main
Gab.
event. And the
NXT
history
Gab.
making all women's
It's not Great American Bash to me, it's Gab.
3 massive shows. One
Still wild that we're getting so many shows in one weekend. Insane. All right, we got a very kind super chat from the homie Corey MacArthur here. Corey, thank you so much. By the way, we're on a commercial break for 3 minutes. Corey says, yo, Denise, happy SmackDown watch along night. Did you see this? AEW stars Wardlow and Camille are joining the Miz on American Gladiators reboot. Plus, happy Father's Day. Yes, first and foremost, happy Father's Day to everybody. Well, to all the fathers and to anybody who's celebrating a father. And then, yes, I did see that stuff about the American Gladiators. Very cool. You know, American Gladiators has always been such a like a big show. I remember I was never like a hardcore fan, but I do remember watching like little bits and episodes when I was younger back in the day. And then also, I also watched, they did an American Gladiators documentary. I believe it was on Netflix a couple of years ago. And I remember watching that too. And I actually only watched a couple of episodes. I didn't finish watching the whole American Gladiators documentary because I got a little bored. But I did watch a little bit of it. And so basically, like, yeah, I mean, American Gladiators is a very well-known show. So the fact that they're doing this like reboot and we're gonna see these wrestlers in there, like that is just, it's very cool, like very, very cool to see it. I feel like those are probably some of the best people. Like Miz is a really great host. And then Wardlow and Camille with their physiques that they have. I mean, come on. Like some of the best physiques. So, you know, American Gladiators is all about that. So very cool stuff. Can't wait to see that. I might actually check it out and see how that goes. Thank you so much, Corey, for the super chat, for the love. And I also hope you're having a nice Friday night SmackDown night. Thank you, Corey. All right. In the meantime, let me catch up with some more comments here. See what everyone's saying. Tiger Claw Gaming says, I watched the OG American Gladiators, but reboots always fail. Yeah, I know how it is when it comes to like reboot stuff. They usually never really work out, but usually people will watch like the first episode and then kind of see where they go from there. Also, shout out to Robert Broyds. Now, Robert, good to see you in here again. How are you? We also got Anthony Phillips. Shout out to Anthony. Let me see. I know Joe Lee says, never thought I'd see Roxanne Perez versus Jade. Right? Doesn't it feel like it's like an odd matchup, but you're like intrigued by it. You know, you're intrigued by it. And so is Keon Davis here. JB says he's going to all 3 shows in Atlanta. Dude, hell yeah. You're going to enjoy the whole trifecta. You'll get a little bit of everything with all those 3 shows. So it'll be a good time. Thank you, JB. We got Nick the Creator here who says, wait a minute. Did I just hear you say 3 minutes? 3-minute warning, everybody. 3-minute warning. Well, actually, now it's 30 seconds. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Terrell Diggs says, Denise, you can't wait for Night of Champions. I'm actually not going to be watching Night of Champions live because I am going to be at WrestleVerse Fest in Kansas City. So I'm going to go to Kansas City for the very first time. If there's anybody here who lives in Kansas City or knows of Kansas City, like has been there before, please let me know what I should do because I would like to at least see something in Kansas City. But I've never been. I've never been to Kansas City, so I'm excited.
In NXT.
So yeah, I'll be doing a review, but it'll come late though. It'll be a late review.
You know, when I explained to him why I was a fan and how I felt, and he thought it was cool. And I was
John
like,
Taylor
hey,
says, guess who came crawling back? Me, it's me. I came crawling back. And Sarah told me some Rikishi shenanigans. Anyways, happy early Father's Day to Denise's future father, Righteous Steph Reginald. John, with that being said, what's your, since Sarah told you about the Rikishi shenanigans, what's your prize? What's the number that you would take 45 second to 1 minute Rikishi sting face on TV, and he last went to the bathroom eight hours prior? What's your prize? Mine was at least $5 million. That was the shenanigans that we were going with. Thank you, John. All right, and we got Naomi here coming out. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I need to turn on the AC. I'm sweating like crazy. Give me exactly 30 seconds.
In the bank winner, Naomi!
4 times in the past, Naomi attempted to win Money in the Bank. 4 times it went against her. Not last Saturday.
All right, I don't even think I took 30 seconds.
Not with this kind
but
of Naomi.
yeah,
This version is by
I was
any means
starting to get very
necessary
sweaty over here.
physical.
John Taylor says he'd do it for $1 million after tax. All right, not bad. Not a bad number, John. Not a bad number.
Naomi, 2025's cautionary tale, who grabbed the briefcase and firmly established herself as WWE's most dangerous woman.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I see some of y'all looking real surprised.
Not me. I was rooting for you, Naomi.
Real stupid.
Not me. I'm smart. I was rooting for you, girl.
Why? Because I told y'all I was done accepting scraps. I took what I deserved. And look at me now. Miss Money in the Bank.
Yes.
And you know what's funny? The entire time when I was trying to beat Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship, you know who was there with the briefcase to stop it? You know who distracted me? You know who bashed me in the head? Tiffany Stratton. You see, too nice Naomi just let it happen. But the Naomi now ain't letting nothing slide. I'm here for payback. And when I clock Tiffany in the head with my briefcase, it's gonna feel so good when I hold that title as the new Tiffy time.
All right, here we go. It's Tiffy time.
Well, the win has a way of becoming now with Tiffany, doesn't it?
All right, let's see what Tiffy's got to say to Miss Money in the Bank,
The WWE
Naomi.
Women's Champion.
Well, Tiffany Stratton, meet your #1 threat.
Cocaine says, I hate the fake evil laugh heels do, but Naomi's hasn't gotten annoying yet. She doesn't overdo it though. Like there's some people that they rely on the laugh. Like they almost use the laugh as like a buffer before they get to what they're gonna say next. Naomi doesn't do that. Naomi uses the laugh to like punch whatever she says.
She has risen to the occasion, especially with what happened in WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair.
It's only a matter of time.
To King Michael Gang says my mother has arrived. Uncle Dong says, Naomi, please mention the opening pitch. She probably would. She most definitely would. Has she mentioned it on social media? Because Naomi's been like cutthroat on social media.
You talk a big game, Naomi. So why don't you just do it? Why don't you just cash in and take my title right now? See? You say you changed and that you're different now, but you're really just the same old Naomi. All talk and no action. And that's why you never beat Nia Jax, but please prove us all wrong.
I like how mad she gets. Like, how dare you say those things about me? And she didn't even say anything too bad.
Do I look stupid to you? Do I look like Boo Boo the Fool?
Boo Boo the Fool?
I ain't gonna cash in on you now.
I thought she was gonna say Bobo the Clown.
When you least expect it. Bitch, you heard me.
Ooh.
But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy making your life hell.
Oh no.
Tick tock, Tiffy, your time is almost up. So I strongly advise you to proceed with caution.
She's no Boo Boo the Fool. We got everyone here says, Nick Blue says, love heel Naomi. Jay Hunch says, I love Steph's heel laugh. He had the best. Raphael says, I saw on the internet Naomi had a teaser in the briefcase. Oh, my favorite part was that she had the Jimmy action figure in her briefcase. I was dying. It was like, I'm this
way
violent biatch, but then at the same time, here's my
Nia
man.
Jax is in the ring.
Well, Nia Jax.
God, I feel like
is
Nia
irate after losing out
gonna
in her
beef
Queen of the
forever.
Ring quarterfinal, and apparently still
They will
hurting
forever beef.
from the fact that she got sent through that barricade. Now getting dropped. Then you're back for a split second. And Nia Jax is back on top.
Nia Jax, who was just in the Queen of the Ring first round that was won by Jade Cargill, and now
it's squashing time.
it is looking for the Annihilator.
Dang, she got
against
2 girls already today.
Tiffany, who cashed in against Nia, and wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Could this be a moment here?
Okay, and we got the official first try
Naomi was threatening
of
to
cash in
that
tease.
contract with Tiffany laid out after the Annihilator.
Plugger
And
says,
Nia
boo, Nia
jumps
Jax.
right into her face and tells her, stay out of this.
Uncle Donk says, what's with the random Nia
Things
attack?
got
Yo, they
really
like
interesting, haven't
always
they?
beef nonstop. This has
you
been going on for a while.
To follow up on the Wyatt's situation.
Nick, we know this is a big decision, and we think this would be a huge opportunity for Fraxium.
We'll take him. Nick, we will take him.
Nick, may I suggest, if not Fraxium, the Street Profits, they said...
Didn't they do this segment already last week? I swear I already saw this.
You let me finish.
Like a different variation of this.
Taking everybody's suggestions into account, Motor City Machine Guns. You said you're the veterans of this division. That resonated with me. Tonight, I want you to set the tone. You guys get the Wyatts tonight.
Great call, Nick.
Set that tone, boys. Set the tone.
You got it. You got it, boys.
Man, you should have picked Dion Ward.
Whole tag team division sending them out.
All right, we're gonna get the Wyatt Six in action next. Shout out to Cowboys for Life. Nice to have you on here. BTW, if there's anyone here that I haven't shouted out yet, please let me know. Say, Denise, you haven't shouted me out. We got Psalm Fire here. Who haven't I shouted out? We got Yanni Dimitrov. What's up, Yanni?
And 12. Alex Shelley.
Oh, hey, Mr. Grimley. What's up?
Motor
Jay Hunch, have I shouted you out today? I feel like I did, but I'm not sure.
The
So
former champs,
I'll do it again.
veterans who have seen it all.
I'll do it again.
Saban and Shelley against the
All right,
Wyatt
hey, we got
Six.
Ozon. What's up, Ozon? Thank you so much for tuning in. Who else is in here that I haven't shouted out? If you have not been shouted out, please say something, anything, and I will make sure to do so. Hey, we got Ryan Powell, another regular here on the stream. What's up, Brian? Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. We got Plugger here says WBP Ali Perth White Crown Jew should be bad blood. Hey, we got Jay Mosco in here. Hope you're doing well, Jay. Let's see. Psalm Fire says, Denise, quick question. Ooh, it depends on the question. If the question's good, I'll answer it. If it's not good or weird or odd, then I won't answer it. I'll just pretend I didn't see it. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Matthew Landon. What's up, Matthew? You got my brother's name. My brother's name is Matthew. So I love the name Matthew. We got Matt99 Rich who says, I've been lurking today. Good show so far tonight. Ooh, I know we do got a lot of lurkers. I'm a lurker. I lurk everything on social media. I'm those people that creep up just like randomly. I just randomly know what other people are up to. Well, sometimes my lurking skills have gone down a little bit. I don't really got that much time to lurk anymore, but I used to. All right, so okay, Jay Hunch says, yeah, you Denise, but I'll take the extra endorsement today for Jay Hunch, guys. All right, let's see what else we got here. Isaiah's World says, hey, trying to go from ghost watching to participating. Do you know when you will do the next Kahoot next? Oh my God, Isaiah. You know what's funny? A lot of people ask me about when I'm going to do the next Kahoot. And I swear I'm going to do another one. I just keep freaking forgetting. And what's worse is that I keep getting charged every month for Kahoot. And that's when I remember, either when somebody brings it up or when Kahoot charges me for my subscription, I'm like, son of a bitch. I get so mad because I'm like, I got charged this month and I didn't even use the service. But then I still keep it going because I'm planning on still using it. So I guess my plan will probably be maybe once some of the shows slow down, because right now I have Fanatics Fest coming up. So I got some things coming up in this month that kind of tie me up. And then in July, I'm going on vacation. And then at some point, then we have the All In Evolution and all that stuff. So probably after that weekend of Evolution and all the shows, that's when it kind of dies down a little bit all the way until SummerSlam. So between the gap of All In and SummerSlam, that's probably when I will have time to do the next Kahoot streams. So I hope that helps, Isaiah's World. I'm so sorry. I've been wanting to do them. I have the subscription and everything. I just keep forgetting, and then something else will pop up. And then I'm like, shit, I need to get to that. So yeah. All right, let me go through some more, see what everyone else is saying. Melissa Cabello says, is there only 4 tag teams on SmackDown? Yo, again, I can't even comment on the tag team division anymore. Like, they have fine matches. It's just nothing that lights up the world right now. D. Lara here says, shut up late tonight. Hey, better late than never, D. Lara. Hope you're having a nice Friday. We got Matt Logan here who says, hey, Denise, how come when I'm watching my NHL Stanley Cup Finals, Taylor Swift has to be on my screen? That means you are blessed by getting to see T Swift.
All the top.
Let's see what else we got here. We got Kenneth Steen. What's up, Kenneth? Thank you so much for popping in. I'm glad you're here, and thank you for enjoying the content. Appreciate that, Kenneth. We got John Taylor here who says, the secret to get Denise to answer dumb questions is to pay her for it. Source, an expert at it. I mean, that's true. That is kind of true. I'm not even going to lie about that. Thank you, John. He knows that was a good tip. Also, thank you so much to Christopher LeClaire, who's also a regular here. Nice to see you, Chris. Hey, what's up, Janica? What's up? Thank you so much for also joining the stream. Janica's also a regular here. G-Money 201, another regular. He says, what days are you going to Fanatics Fest? I will be there every day for Fanatics Fest. I'm planning on being there every day. I don't really, honestly, like, it's a little bit of a work / me just, I want to get away kind of deal, just to kind of like get some new sights to see. So it's like a little bit of work and a little bit of pleasure. So, so I don't know what I'm gonna, they just announced a press conference for Fanatics Fest. I didn't even know that was happening. So there you go. That's going to be some work that I'll do there. And then, so I'm excited about Fanatics Fest. What's up to Paul McNeil? Yeah, I do agree. The tag team storylines are not that great. And I feel like that's what's been kind of like, been a little bit of a downer for the tag team division.
Uncle Howdy.
All right, here we go, though. Like the biggest thing they have right now is the Wyatt Six.
Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy. Fast-paced from the start. Now,
thank you, Carla. I will take this compliment
from Uncle Howdy last week.
We got Yanni here who says no Alexa Bliss. Yo, I'm telling you, I feel like I can't really predict what's going on with Alexa.
No secret that the SmackDown tag ranks have been 6 months worth of squabbles.
Jay Hunch says Wyatt Six definitely taking the W. Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Where has the brotherhood been? Where has the
I feel like today has been a very everyone that we've predicted is gonna be taking a W ends up taking said W. Like there hasn't been any surprises today.
The Wyatt Six,
which I guess is not bad because I'm happy with the people who got the W's.
Interrupting the tag team title match between Fraxium and the Street Profits. And to do it on what would have been Bray Wyatt's 38th birthday. They blew out a candle that night. Now they're looking
that was sweet.
To extinguish every tag team.
We got Tiger Claw Gaming, who just became a brand new member of the DW. Oh, what up, Tiger Claw?
All this gathered and saying, all right, the veterans get first shot at Wyatt Six. Go out there.
John said, see how Paige needs to answer Tom's fire question. Tiffany or Charlotte?
Did indeed volunteer themselves to go first.
That's amazing. Tiffany or Charlotte?
Springboarding his way and hooks the leg.
love Charlotte. She's one of my favorite female wrestlers. I love Tiffany's character, though. I do got to pick Charlotte, though, just because she's been around a lot longer. She's done a lot more. So definitely Charlotte for me. Thank you, John and Psalms Fire's question. Thank you, John. But who knows? Maybe once Tiffany has a longer time in WWE, a longer career, who knows? Maybe it'll be a different answer. Also, shout out to Andre Knox. We also got Raymond Williams. We got Lewis in here. We got Jordy Griffin. Double S says, Denise, your blush is popping. I'm telling you, I used a
trying to team
I
up against
used
Saban, who breaks free for a moment
sorry,
and
I'm
then lowers that
multitasking,
top rope just in
watching and
time.
talking.
One of the innovators.
Yeah, sorry. I used a different color blush today, and it came out a little bit too bright. It was a little bit too much. So then I started to put white powder on top of it, but it wasn't enough to get rid of it. I was running out of time, so I had to hop onto the stream like this.
Good moment from Saban and Shelly, but beware of Big Eric Rowan.
All righty, and we're on a commercial break now. Let's see what else we got here. We got Jimmy England, who also picks the Queen Charlotte. Stormfire also says Charlotte is also my favorite.
They held the title.
Yeah, I really like, and Charlotte's always so nice whenever I do interviews with her. Like I can't say a bad word about Charlotte at all. Like she's just very, very nice, and I've always really liked interviewing her. So that's why I really, really like Charlotte.
In SmackDown in this division weight.
Yeah, and it's about the only thing that all of the
we got John Taylor here who says, if anyone ever sees Denise's interviews with Charlotte, they have made me become a big fan of hers. I wish we could see that Charlotte on TV. It's so crazy how many people tell me what John just said. I remember John messaged me right after that Charlotte interview or on a super chat or something and said exactly this. And I'm like, yo, every time I go into my Charlotte interviews in the comments section, I get a lot of people being like, oh, wait, Charlotte's very likable in this interview. What? And people are taken aback by that. And it's happened pretty much every single time I've talked to her. Every time. People will say they really like Charlotte in the interview. And then say the same thing. Why can't she be like that on TV? I don't know why. I don't know why. I just think that I don't know why. I think that's just the character that she is on TV. And then in person, she just gives totally different vibes.
Put the fear of
Thank you,
God
John.
into any team. Hats off to the Machine Guns for trying.
Double S says Ashley Flair seems super sweet.
Casey and Loomis double team, and Loomis comes.
Carla says, Denise, other than WrestleMania, what PLE would you like to see in person? You know, I think at this point I've gone to like every major PLE. I don't think there's one that I haven't done. For when they did a Royal Rumble in Tampa, that was my first Royal Rumble that I had ever gone to. So Royal Rumble was one that I tried to check off the list and eventually did a couple of years ago. So that was really the one that I was trying to check off a long time ago. But other than that, I think I've hit up pretty much every other, you know what? Actually, lie. I have never seen an Elimination Chamber in person. At least I don't think I have. And if I did, oops, I forgot. But no, I don't think I've ever been to an Elimination Chamber. I don't think I've ever seen. Oh, no, wait, that one I am wrong. I have seen a Hell in a Cell. I just saw one actually in person. I saw two in person actually. I've never seen an Elimination Chamber in person. I've never sat front row. I recently just sat by the ramp lane for the very first time. I've never sat behind commentary. Trying to think of a bunch of things I haven't done. Those are probably like the big ones of things that I've never done.
Everything going the way of Uncle Howdy's men so far.
We got Duran Kincaid. Thank you so much for tuning in to the stream, Duran. Love your use of emojis. And we are back on the show.
Tag team action here.
Also, shout out to Mr. Grimbley for gifting 5 DWO memberships. Mr. Grimbley.
Nick Aldis said everybody made their pitches last week in the tag division, and it's the Motor City Machine Guns.
Also got John Taylor who gifted 5 DWO memberships. Yo, thank you so much, John.
Finally, Chris
Love
Sabin
that.
tagged in there after Alex Shelley has taken one hell of a beating from this duo.
A lot of people got some memberships. Matt Logan just got a membership. Good stuff, man.
Dexter Loomis is the Motor City Machine Guns.
Infamous Radio Loco also gifted 5 DW membership. I can't speak. DWO membership. Yo, got like 3 back to back. That is crazy. Thank you so much. I blinked.
Into the cover.
I was watching this match and I turn and suddenly there's all these memberships.
In time.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Alex
Thank
Shelley
you.
picking
Seriously.
himself up. I don't know how much is left in Alex Shelley, but never.
Hey, Hunch says you'd be awesome as fuck on commentary, Denise. You know, I've done commentary in the past, and I felt pretty good about it. Obviously, I was trying to gain some more experience. It's always something I wanted to do, but I think I'm kind of too scared to do, especially like on a bigger platform, just because there are no, you know, real, like there's only a few, really, like there's not that many female commentators. There's only a few. It's pretty Veda, Scott, and like I don't even know any other females that are on commentary. And there's only been a few in the past, and I feel like
completely defenseless.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna take people a while to like really get used to it. I used to love Beth Phoenix on commentary on NXT. I used to like her doing commentary. Thank you, Jay. But I think my cup of tea is more so. It's more so being like a different type of analyst, not necessarily like on commentary.
Just to recover enough to kick out, but I don't know if Chris Sabin can even stand at this point.
Just when the Motor City Machine Guns felt that they had gathered enough momentum to potentially set up Skull and Bones, and now coming in with that baseball slide.
Thank you, Spike. Yes, Nick, I've actually interviewed Beta a few times and had her here on the channel a couple of times. She's a very nice girl. I really like Beta a whole lot. She's very, very nice and very supportive. I just saw her actually at the New Japan show that I was at in Ontario when I interviewed Mercedes and Mina.
Shelley setting them up, taking them down. Here comes the facial, and they deliver it.
Like, that's the thing. Like, Motor City Machine Guns are having a kick-ass match right now. With they're doing so good, but
perhaps starting to show in the eyes
everyone's
of
just like, whatever.
This wasn't the game plan tonight. Well, that's how good the Motor City Machine Guns are. This is it, Joe Test.
Skull and Bones set to be delivered. Oh, Joe Gacy comes in. Gacy comes in and breaks up the attempt at Skull and Bones.
Gacy feeling the threat. A high-low combination taking out Chris Sabin. Might have a broken jaw.
I was always a fan of Joe Gacy's on, maybe not always, but once he ditched like the cult stuff that he was doing on NXT, I started to like Joe Gacy.
Finish it the way I want this
like his
finish.
Last couple of matches that he was having on NXT, I was a fan of.
To the top rope.
When he was like psycho lost Joe Gacy, where like he didn't know what to do.
Welcome back, Wyatt
and there you go. The Wyatt Six get their win over the Motor City Machine Gun. I'm pretty sure they'll go through everybody. They'll get through everybody until they get to the Street Profits, and then I think they'll defeat the Street Profits for the tag titles. That's just what it feels like they're gonna do.
But apparently Uncle Howdy wanted a statement, and that high-flying leg drop was exactly it. Chris Sabin down for the count. Glorious return to action for the Wyatt
I love
Six.
this song.
Perhaps one tag team down, more to follow. Who would want to be in SmackDown's tag ranks with this crew around?
Still to come tonight.
All right, we still got one more men's fatal four-way, and I believe we still got one more women's fatal four-way too.
Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, and Shinsuke.
We're down to pretty much the last hour of SmackDown.
First round fatal four-way, King of the Ring.
Oh, there's John again. John's shirt, by the way, makes me crave a burger. I'll explain why in a minute. Let's see what he's got to say to Jimmy.
Have you seen R-Truth?
It's Ron Killings, bud.
Have you seen Ron Killings?
Listen, man, I ain't seen either one of them.
I know you're close. So do me a favor. Let him know I'm on the way to the ring right now.
Oh, we're getting more John
Tell
Cena.
him to meet me there.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to get a little confrontation with Ron Killings and John Cena. Good. Okay. I was hoping for that. I was really, really hoping for that. Nick Blue says he heard you. Yo, for reals. Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to see. All right, we're on a commercial break. And in the meantime, I got to catch up here on some of the super chats. We got John Taylor here who says, Mr. Grimley, at Infamous Raider Loco, and me are the three Oprahs. You get a membership. You get a membership. Everybody, well, 15 people, you get membership. Membership for you. Membership for you. Membership for you. Thank you, John. Infamous Raider Local says, thanks, Mr. Grimley and John. Felt the love, so I had to. Yo, let's go, man. Hell yeah. Jared Palmer says, this show has flown by quite good, I think. Honestly, it has, because right now when I said, oh, we're down to the last hour, this was the first time I looked at the clock in the last 2 hours. So that's good, because usually if I look at the clock, it's a bad sign. It's a bad sign if I start looking at the clock. Thank you, Jared. Thank you so much, man. All right, let me go through some more comments. Who else is in here? Robert here says, I believe in Joe Hendry. Yes. Let's see what else we got here. Terrell Diggs says, Denise, do you play Mortal Kombat games? No, I'm not actually really much of a gamer. So I don't really play too many games. I used to be addicted to, I tend to get sometimes addicted to like phone games. I know those aren't video games, but phone games. And for a long time, I was addicted to this furniture game. It was so lame, but I found it so relaxing. All you would do is design rooms. Like that's it. Like your job is to design different types of rooms. Oh, I really love that game. But then finally I decided to like quit the game. And what I do so that I won't play games, I will uninstall them. I'll be like, you got to get off my phone. Like you're taking up way too much of my time. You're being taken off. Then I got addicted to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I got really addicted to that game for a while. And then finally I was like, yo, you got to get off this. And I actually still have it on my phone, but I don't go on anymore. But I'm pissed though, because I like climbed up all these rankings. And because I stopped playing the game, they like brought me all the way down. So I'm back to like beginner level. And I was so pissed because I had worked my way all the way up. And yeah, so anyways, yeah, I got addicted to that game for a while. But those were the last two games that I was addicted to, like in the last like 5 years. And then prior to that, I was really addicted to that Frozen game. It was kind of like Bejeweled, but Frozen themed. Oh, I was addicted to that for like 2 years. Yeah. Plugger1234 says, I won $80 at casino last night. Now free member. Yo, Plugger, you are lucky. This is your weekend, man. Hell yeah, get it. Nothing's better than like winning from the casino because you feel like you're sticking it to the man, you know? Like, you know how they say the house always wins? Nah, bud. I won tonight. Plugger won last night. Thank you so much, Plugger, for showing some support on here. Very kind of you. Jonathan says interior design simulator. Yeah, simulator. Yeah, that's what it was. It was just one of those types of games, for sure. Lewis says, first time watching the stream since my debut. Hey, Lewis, come on. You're in your rookie years right now. You got to be one of the top rookies. John Taylor says, did you win the million? Oh, yeah, a bunch of times. I was like becoming an expert, but to be fair, sometimes the game asks really stupid questions, like some questions that are really, really dumb. And so it's like, if you don't get those questions, like, bro, what's wrong with you? So like, yeah, I did win a couple of times.
6 Feet Under with The Undertaker is now
Thank
available
you, John.
with the WWE Podcast Network in partnership with Fanatic.
Cowboys for Life says, not a good show. If I had to rating it, I would rate it 4 out of 10.
6 Feet Under with The Undertaker.
I've been all right with it. I think because I've seen worse episodes of SmackDown. I've sat here for some bad ones. So I take the good ones or the medium good ones very well. We got Mr. Grimley here who says, my favorite Denise quote is calling the circle button 0 and then O. Back to my gamer days, bro. My gamer days.
Purposeful strut.
Yeah, my gaming era came and went so fast. I don't even think I'll do it again. I'm just not a gaming girl. All right, let's see what John Cena has to say. Thank you, Mr. Grimley. Roberts on 17258 and Candy Crush. Nice.
There is a level of disrespect that I can tolerate. R-Truth, you just crossed some lines. For once, I agree with you. There's a time to talk and a time to fight. Truth, get out here and let's fight right now.
All right, let's go. Let's do this. Get some violence. Oh, it's CM Punk. Yo, what the hell? I was expecting CM Punk earlier in the night, not right now. I was seriously thinking he was going to come out earlier. Unless, oh wait, okay. Surprise! Oh.
CM Punk is going to get his chance with the undisputed WWE Champion John Cena Saturday, June 28th. Night of Champions.
Man, my second YouTube channel just got flagged for having a similar video to a video that I posted on my main channel. Yeah, that's because I posted it. Oh my gosh, I'll have to do this later. Okay, I'll worry about that later. All right, hopefully we get a nice, good back and forth here.
Is it great to be alive on a Friday night in Lexington, Kentucky?
Also, Ruben, it's Denise's pieces. I'll link it in a bit, but it's Denise's pieces.
Did I hear you say something about disrespect? You're tired of being disrespected? John, these people are tired of being disrespected.
Yes, that's a fact.
But now, CM Punk has a microphone, and I think you can trust when I say that we have yet to begin to reach the levels of disrespect that we are capable of. But for old time's sake, I'm going to give you a chance. Give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, maybe my empathy is too much. Maybe I'm a little bit too Obi-Wan Kenobi talking to Darth Vader, looking for Anakin Skywalker in there somewhere.
All the Star Wars fans right now are very happy, loving a reference to Star Wars.
In front of this legendary wrestling town. Stop what you're doing. Let these people celebrate who and what you are. Let them put you on a pedestal on your way out. Let them celebrate the sacrifices that you have made for them and this business. Give them a happy ending.
Ah, happy endings. Yeah, Nick the Creator says the wink. I know. That was funny. I hope someone clips that for a GIF.
Why? No.
Why?
Why would I waste my time? These people don't matter. This place doesn't matter. Basketball doesn't matter. Horse racing doesn't matter. Okay, this is the only thing that matters. So I am going to eat crow to the same idiots that are wearing this t-shirt and singing your song. Fat chance.
Okay, all right. Well, let the record state that CM Punk in Lexington, Kentucky gave you an out. All right, but now Now, please, we'll do it your way. Let the disrespect begin. Ironically enough, your way is the CM Punk way. When that static hits and Cult of Personality plays through sold-out arenas, man, everybody knows it's about to get real.
Yeah, that's true.
And ladies and gentlemen on TV land watching on the USA Network, it is about to get real.
Okay. Are we about to throw some shots?
That you want so badly. There's an old saying, you tell a strong man a lie to offend him. That's why it pisses me off when you, of all people, call me a hypocrite. Conversely, you tell a weak man the truth, and that offends him. And here's the truth, John.
One truth chance. He was the one that was supposed to come out during this. I wonder if we'll even get that at all today.
You can't beat me. When I'm at my best, you never could. And now, you said you're going to ruin wrestling. I'm taking it upon myself to go ahead and save it.
Oh, man. Does this mean... I mean, I think we're all kind of expecting John to defeat
Bear with
Punk.
me here, folks. I got a lot. As always, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. What was the other thing you said to me? Something about sociopathic confidence? Yeah, all right. That one I actually take as a compliment. Because of my unwavering confidence in me and my ability that has brought me to the mountaintop time and time again. When people like you said they didn't see it. When people like you said I didn't have it.
Well, it's getting personal.
But I'm not as a confident man as you are, because I will not walk out into a sold-out arena dressed like a toddler who just struck out at T-ball.
Aww.
Did you actually like that one? Because I personally would like that one stricken from the record, because you know who I sound like? Well, I sound like a little PG John Cena.
Oh, not PG John Cena.
Which is ironic, because you know who you sound like? I'm going to ruin wrestling. I'm going to take the strap and leave. Man, you sound like CM Punk. And that's ironic. You're stealing my best material, John. I won the title. I left with the title. You're trying to follow in my footsteps. I did it. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. And you know what? You couldn't stop me. You think challenging me at Night of Champions is going to stop me? John Boy.
Not
Just
John
like
Boy
old
again.
times, here's CM Punk to make your title run interesting. Here comes CM Punk to make John Cena's retirement tour palatable, watchable. Get the rocket fuel and fuel up that private jet that you fly around in. I will follow you to Mars to beat your ass.
Following them to Saudi
I
Arabia.
will follow you to hell to prove that I am better than you. Here's some more truth, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some truth for you, John. It's not all bad. You are a GOAT, but so am I. And I've beaten you in my hometown, and I've beaten you in your hometown, and I will beat you at Night of Champions. You are the GOAT that I will spit roast and sacrifice to the gods of wrestling.
I like that visual.
Legends who actually belong on a Mount Rushmore. Guys like Terry Funk, Harley Race, Bret Hart, Eddie Guerrero. The audacity to put yourself on a Mount Rushmore once, let alone 4 times. You're a joke. Here's some more truth for you, John. You can't see me. I see through you. and I always have.
I wonder if John's going to say anything back. He's got to. Come on, give him the mic. Give him the mic. Oh, I wanted to hear what John had to say back. Because CM Punk got a lot in there.
CM Punk at his poison.
We'll have to wait till the next time they meet. But I feel like John could have gone in on CM Punk a whole lot too.
Classic stuff by Punk.
Oh, there's our truth. I mean, Ron Killings.
He's back attacking Cena again, Wade.
2 attacks in one night.
But the truth hurts.
Oh, and the truth has been hurting.
Good play on
Time
words.
and again. Since
The truth hurts as we're actually seeing the truth hurt.
And now, our truth, or as he says, respect my
He's like a
name,
loose,
Ron
he's a
Killings
loose
being
cannon right
called
now, bro.
on.
He's so mad. I love that.
Just like the rest of us, John Cena grossly
It's like
underestimated
John
our
Cena is
truth.
enemy
But he's
number
paying the
1.
price for it.
Numero
Nowhere to
uno.
hide now, John.
Oh,
Right now,
Alexa.
standing by with
Let's see what
Alexa
she's got to
Bliss.
say.
Alexa, last week we know
'Cause
you
she's
suffered
up
a
in
tough
that,
injury in
she's up in the
ladder
match.
So, what's your mindset as you look ahead towards the future?
Byron, I've won Money in the Bank. I've cashed in and made history. So no.
Alexa looks like a Disney princess.
Tonight, I'm going to remind everyone who Alexa Bliss is. They can get one step closer to becoming queen of the ring.
Oh, it's Charlotte.
Sweetie, did you say queen? There is only room for one queen
She's blocking
in
all
this
of
division.
Byron's face with her gear. Byron couldn't even get his face shown. He was being blocked. That's so great. But seriously, Alexa Bliss literally looks like a fucking Disney princess. Like, that girl is flawless. What the hell? It's not fair. It's not fair. All right, so we're up for the second to last of the Queen of the Ring tournament here. This is the last Fatal 4-Way that they have to do, I believe. At least here on SmackDown for sure. All right, let me go ahead and get caught up with everybody's comments here since I fell behind during the John Cena CM Punk stuff. Ooh, she cut off her entrance? Alexa cut off Charlotte's entrance.
You do not interrupt the queen of the industry, Charlotte Flair.
Alexa Bliss just did.
Okay, Alexa Bliss has my favorite theme song right now, by the way. I've always liked her theme song, but for whatever reason, it just hits harder now. Maybe because we went so long without hearing it, that now whenever I hear the dun, I'm like, yo, I gotta get into this.
Now they'll meet up with
She really cut off her entrance to Charlotte Flair. Insane. All right. We got John Taylor here who says, my addiction is a game called Balatro, pronounced Balatro. It's a card game. According to Steam, I played 945 hours since February. Damn. Yo, I don't even know what kind of game that is, but it sounds pretty damn addicting. But sometimes when you're like caught up in like playing a game or something, in a way it's kind of nice because your mind is so focused on the game that you're not thinking about all of these like outside stuff, you know? Thank you, John. We got Infamous Raider Loco who says, no lie, for views, you should game again. I couldn't wait for your videos to pop up. I absolutely loved them. It was seeing a different side of you. Hey, yo, you know, I guess now it's a little too late because I don't have the PlayStation anymore, but I could always ask my sister for it. So maybe once I like run out of content ideas, I'll probably come back to that, knowing that people actually, you know, like him. Infamous Raider Loco says, no lie. Can someone call him Jonathan as disrespect? Oh, for John Cena? That's funny. Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. We got Dan Bridgman here who says, maybe going into the Middle East might not be a great idea currently. I was going to say, I haven't been able to keep up with everything going on right now, but I did skim some of that just because I've been keeping up with everything that's going on like here. And it's been so mentally draining to like see everything that's just happening, period, in this world. It's scary. Like, I turn on the news, I'm scared. I go on social media, I'm scared. Like, there's just so much happening right now. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm kind of grateful for pro wrestling right now because it's been my work and wrestling has been my escape. Thank you, Dan. We got David Capelin here who says, your thoughts on Britt Baker. Have you ever seen a talent like her treated this way, whether self-inflicted or not sure what what is her future? Well, David, it's really hard to say because, there's always two sides to every story. And we haven't heard, all of AEW's side. I don't think we ever will. And we haven't heard Britt Baker's side. I think eventually we will hear Britt Baker's side, but we don't really know what's going on there. So I really feel like I can't speak on it because I don't know what is happening between Britt and AEW and why she isn't on TV and why, she's being, treated a certain way. Is she being treated a certain way? I have no idea what is happening there. So I'm kind of just like, are we done seeing Britt in AEW? I have no idea. I wish I knew, but I mean, just like, if you're going to base things off of what you're seeing on social media, I mean, we've just seen and heard a lot of stories involving Britt Baker, and they haven't always painted her in the best light. So I don't really know. And again, that's just based off of what we've heard on social media, but any like real solid concrete evidence, we have not been like really told anything. Thank you, David. We got Tracy WV88 who says, have you ever been upset over a work promo segment, knowing it was a work and it still bothered you? We know, but it's still real to us, damn it. It's a really great question, Tracy. And I'm trying to think. I think the last time I was most mad about something, honestly, was that one SmackDown when Cody Rhodes came out and said he was going to hand over his WrestleMania match to The Rock. I think that was the last time where I was legitimately saying, what the F is going on here? That was legitimately the last time I was upset about something because what the hell? What the hell? I still remember doing that SmackDown post show that night. I don't remember what I said. I just remember that the whole time I was just like, what did we just see? And I was just so upset about what was happening during that time. And I think that was the last time that I was like legitimately upset over something. I can't think of anything else at the moment, but Tracy, thank you so much for the super chat. All right, we got
I already got an earful from Cena earlier.
Ron
tonight.
Killings
I
and
can't let me keep doing this on my show. What do you want me to
Nick
do?
Aldis.
Give me a match against Cena next week.
Okay, next week.
You and Cena next week?
Yeah.
Done.
Done. It's happening. All right.
I'm driving now.
How about that? R-Truth.
Wow. Okay.
Against John Cena next week.
Also, here we are with the women's match.
Queen of the Ring, first round. Fatal 4-way.
All right, so this is the one that I'm expecting Charlotte to win. Who do you guys got?
Chelsea Green, who's live tweeting.
Jay Grouse says Cena on free TV. Yo, and I was just saying that. Didn't I just say that? I was like, dude, we need to get some SmackDown matches for him. I swear I was just saying that like 2 hours ago.
With Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair face to face as Candice LeRae and Alba Fire decide to start things off this way.
Well, Bliss and Flair are the clear favorites based on resumes.
All right, I think we're getting a little bit of a different King of Strong Style says Flair. Ric Flair? I can say Ric Flair. Sorry, Charlotte. If I see Flair, my brain automatically goes to Rick. I have to see the name Charlotte, or else if I see Flair, I'll think of Rick. Lewis says Candice. Tiger Claw says Charlotte. Jaime says Charlotte. Raphael says Alexa. Bailey says Charlotte.
That was not embraced
there we
by
go.
the 14-time champion.
I'll tell you right now,
Tiger Claw says he literally just had one against R-Truth. Yeah, but now it's different though, you know? Like, so much has happened since that Saturday night's main event match. It's different now. We got Jay Hunt who says they got Bliss for the W. Eric says Alexa. Miss WWE Girl says Charlotte. Brent says Charlotte. Anthony says Alexa. Corey says Charlotte. Superfro says Alexa. Jonathan says Charlotte. Dan says Ashley, as in Charlotte. JV says Alexa. Jimmy says Charlotte. So Charlotte and Alexa are the top picks for this particular match, and James predicts maybe Charlotte and Jade in the finals.
Whatever path is needed. Of course, Queen of the Ring this tournament.
Feels really quiet.
Action time with King of the Ring.
Doesn't it feel really quiet? Someone say something.
Winners of these tournaments.
Drew L also says Charlotte.
For the chance.
Plugger says Alexa. Bailey says Alexa.
SummerSlam.
John says Alexa. Nick Steele says Alexa.
That'll take place at MetLife Stadium.
Here's part of the problem. By being the big fish in this kind of matchup, the other women realize that and want to take you down. It's the kind of match, if you can, you want to fly under the radar and
Red Eye says Alexa.
Without grabbing too much
Big G
attention.
says Charlotte.
That is never going to be the way that Charlotte Flair lives life, and she's paying the price for that now.
Well, earlier tonight we saw Nia Jackson.
Conception says had Chelsea been there, I would have picked Chelsea, but now she's going. Now Conception is going with Alexa.
Piper Niven to advance in this Queen of the Ring.
Tabasco says Stephanie versus Charlotte will be iconic. Yo.
Flies now, the class of Charlotte Flair.
Oh, Alexa Bliss. Cross body and right into the cover quickly.
Bliss, someone you.
Oh, she's setting up the Sister Abigail DDT, but no, broken up by Fire and LeRae.
Well, Alexa Bliss had an epic performance in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, ultimately falling short. Straight back into the hunt tonight. You question what kind of condition that body is in after the amount of abuse it took on Saturday in Los Angeles.
Charlotte hooks the leg on Alba Fire, who's able to kick out.
And this has been an absolute scrap from the get-go. No one really grabbing any form of domination, but it's Flair who is up. And Flair looking to go for victory here.
All right, we're going to a commercial break, but the match will still be continuing during said commercial. In the meantime, let me catch up here.
And Wade Barrett with you ringside.
We actually have John Taylor here who says, so CM Punk is my all-time favorite wrestler and Cena Punk is probably my all-time favorite feud, but I'm having a hard time overlooking the giant Saudi Arabia-sized elephant in the room with this current feud. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, when we were watching that play out in real time, it was so funny because the whole time I was like, say SummerSlam, 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 SummerSlam. And then they're like, Night of Champions. Everyone's like, huh? What? Everyone knows how CM Punk feels about, WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia, as he has spoken out about this in the past. And so people were not expecting him to go to Saudi shows. And also, I just thought that, hey, this is such a big match. I thought it would happen someplace else, but they went with Night of Champions. I feel like had it been at SummerSlam, there would have been part of me that would have thought that maybe there was a chance CM Punk defeated John Cena. The fact that it's a Night of Champions makes me feel like it actually took out some of the hype away from the match for me, where I do feel like, John Cena will be defeating CM Punk. I don't really feel like I'm necessarily going to even debate the option of CM Punk even winning. Like, I don't even think I'd want CM Punk to win at Night of Champions, if that makes any sense. I don't know. So I'm at the point where so it did take a little bit of the intrigue away from me. I'm still interested and I'm going to watch afterwards. I won't be watching live, but I will watch afterwards, and I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's a totally different feeling, I think, going into it. Thank you, John. I 100% understand you. We got Corey MacArthur here who says, okay, that cut off on Queen Charlotte's Flair entrance from Alexa Bliss was so sick. That has never happened before, right? Like, so disrespectful. So now we got to imagine that there'll be more between Charlotte and Alexa, because you think Charlotte's going to let Alexa forget that she disrupted her entrance? But Charlotte and Alexa already have history, because Charlotte beat on her poor Lily doll a long time ago. So they've always kind of had some friction there, definitely. Thank you, Corey. Jared Palmer here says, feels like they're buying Cena every time he's here. Oh, sorry. Feels like they're burying Cena every time he's here. I thought he was going to be ruthless and aggressive as a heel, but he's just PG Cena having a sulk. He's just whining. That's all heel John Cena has been doing, is just whining about the fans and whining about everything. Like, it hasn't been the hottest thing. And that's why I said earlier that I prefer John Cena in these back and forth promos than I do in these promos direct to the audience. I prefer those back and forths with the wrestler. So I was thrilled when Cody came out earlier. I was thrilled when CM Punk came out today. I liked all of that. Thank you, Jared. Infamous Raider Loco here says, as we know, John Taylor's the realty case, so who's Papa H's burner? They watching your stream and using your ideas. LOL, Alexa's my pick also. I don't know. Who's the secret Triple H in here, huh? I'm gonna start reading in between the lines. I'm gonna try to find the Triple H in here.
This
So
is the
funny.
night.
Thank you,
The
Infamous
crowd
Very
has
Loco.
come out.
Jared Palmer says, make that 16 dates left
in the midst
now.
of seeing Queen of the
Oh,
Ring
yeah,
first
because
round
now that he's announced for that
fatal
match
four-way
next
this
week with
tournament to
Ron
see who
Killing,
advances to the
that'll
semis,
be
who
16,
eventually
counting that one
can
and
win
Night
a
of Champions.
championship opportunity.
Thank you,
And
Jared.
still to come,
Mr. GRK
it'll
Chef
be the
13
king
says
of the
Nia
ring
should have been in
fatal
this four-way
four-way.
to make
Cody
it more
Rhodes, Damian
interesting.
Priest,
Well, she was
Andrade,
in the last
and
one, and that
Nakamura.
one worked
Are
out.
you
Wait, no, she
kidding
wasn't.
me with
Yes, she
this?
was. And it worked out pretty
Alexa
nicely. She
coming
did pretty good.
underneath and sending them as Alba and Candice were trying to get the
I just think with this
superplex
one,
on
the problem with
Charlotte
this
Flair.
one is
So
that
small
it's
by
either
Bliss
Alexa
there.
or
Let's
Charlotte.
go
Like
to the
no
biggest
one.
landing of
I'm
them
sure there's
all.
like a handful of people that may be thinking,
Close
you
to
know,
victory,
Candice or
but
Alba,
just
but
not
let's be
quite. And I'll
real.
say right now,
We're
this
all
has been
expecting
a
it to be
scramble
Alexa or
from the
Charlotte.
off. It has been
So
all
that's,
out
I get
offense
what you mean
from
by a little bit
all
more
four
interesting, where
women.
the
No thought
choices are a
defense
little bit tougher.
whatsoever.
Thank you,
Right
Mr.
now,
GRK Chef
getting that
13.
second win is Alexa Bliss.
Well, remember how she started off this match by interrupting the Queen's ring entrance and making a statement right away. And now those two right in the center of the ring.
And this is Alexa Bliss finding that championship gear she's found 5 times in the past.
Oh, nice. Double
right
the
off of
action there
Charlotte,
from Candice.
The code breaker on Alexa.
Keep your eye on Candice LeRae at all times, and indeed, for that matter,
Okay,
Alba
I'm definitely turning on the lights after this match because I'm starting to look like a vampire in
Keep an eye on
here.
everyone. Who might catch
Looking
her
like it's
selection?
Transylvania in here.
Everybody bringing their best stuff.
There are no lights right now
That
in
front
here.
suplex, the block
It's
buster, the
weird.
natural selection, and now Charlotte, is she locking it in on Alexa? Could she bridge the figure 8? Look at this.
Okay, there
Queen
comes
of the Ring
Candice.
First round tournament, bridging that
Oh,
figure
and a moonsault
and springboard lion salt
onto,
off the second rope
Charlotte.
onto Charlotte, breaks the figure 8.
Well, right before Alexa Bliss could have tapped out there, saving the match for everyone. Candice LeRae, and now Alba Fire going in for the kill.
Into the cover, Alba Fire.
Oh.
And Alexa Bliss breaks it up. Remember, Alba Fire subbing in for Chelsea Green, who's been live tweeting throughout the night.
She has been live tweeting. That's funny. I haven't seen any of it, but I believe it.
Fatal four-way postponed, but instead, Nick
This
Aldis
Ike
said,
Hunter says,
"No, Alba's here.
Vampire
She's good."
Denise. I know.
DDT,
I look emo.
Alexa Bliss. And she's looking to climb up top. Wait, could this be Twisted Bliss?
Going big. Going for the semifinals.
Nice. Twisted Bliss. Wait, no, this can't be it. She can be it. Oh, nope, nope.
And Charlotte Flair drags her
Charlotte,
over the
so.
Nobody times it better than Charlotte Flair. It's why she is perennially at the top of the industry.
Boot to the face.
Good night, Alexa
Wait,
Bliss.
someone I see. Oh, it's Candice.
Oh, there's a roll-up. Schoolboy on Charlotte.
I was about to say that would be a
PLI's
kind of an
latest
upset.
member, Candice LeRae, almost stealing it.
Big spear by Charlotte
Alba, too
to
close.
advance. And somehow Candice LeRae kicks out.
That is astounding durability from Candice LeRae.
Glenn
who
Shelton
ate
says
that
time for a
spear
scary
flush,
movie.
but out of
Once
the
upon a
fire
time,
into the
on
fire.
Friday the
She was looking
13th.
for that figure 4, but instead Alba with the
Chupacabras
super kick
came.
just in time.
Got a shirt ripped open. Chelsea
Oh, she's
Green
wearing
thought
the
it was
Chelsea
time
Green
for a
mood
pretty
shirt.
hurt.
Oh, boot to the
Failed.
face.
Boot to the face.
That's a Chelsea Green shirt, and now
I have that shirt. I love that shirt.
There is the figure 8 on
Tap,
Alba.
baby girl.
Could
Just
this
tap,
end
baby
it,
girl.
and could Charlotte advance in the
Oh,
tournament?
are they gonna do like
Wait
a
a
double?
minute. Sister
I think they're
Abigail.
gonna do a double
Sister
where she
Abigail.
taps.
And the win.
Oh wait, no. The winner is Alexa
Alexa wins.
because Alba never tapped. Oh wow. Okay. I was like, hey, I think it's gonna be Charlotte, and it's Alexa. Charlotte is
After
out.
the pinfall win
Oh, and now there's
And the
more again.
frustrations continue
More
from
in there with Charlotte and
Charlotte was
Alexa. I
like
can't even
she
think
had
of
the
words right
match
now.
won, but stealing it at the
I'm kind of
death
glad
was
Alexa
the
won this
crafty
because I think
Alexa Bliss
she
with
felt like she
Alba
needed
Fire
it the
tied
most,
up in
right?
knots. Wow.
All right, let's see this bracket now. What is this looking like?
Gave way, but Alexa
We got
with the
one
Sister
more
Abigail
match
with the pinfall win
for Raw.
advances
So
way.
for Raw, so Alexa, I think will
Alexa
either be facing
wins
Stephanie
to find
Vaquer
out
or
who her
Asuka.
semi-final opponent will be
Wow,
this
isn't that
Monday
crazy?
on
Like to even
Raw.
think that that's going to be a possibility. That's pretty crazy.
Look at that look. that Charlotte gives.
All right, let me update the.
Queen of the Ring, semifinalist Alexa Bliss.
Oh God, I love that part. Dun. Oh, a little confrontation with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes.
No, we can't run away from each other forever. I know. Good luck tonight. After Night of Champions, we'll see who's chasing who.
Okay, we got Cody up here. It's time for the men's one. All right, and let me turn on my lights really quick, guys. I don't want it to look like I'm some emo girl. I'm not trying to revive emo niece here. All right. You see the difference? The lights are on. All right, cool. Wow, sorry, it took 2 seconds to adjust my eyes. Yeah, I didn't want people to think that I was being lazy by not turning on my lights. Because every time I see people with like really dark streams, I'm like, yo, stop being lazy. Turn on the lights. So that's how I felt about myself right now. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pop in this new recording.
The following is a fatal
All right.
first round match.
Let's see what we got here. All right, let me see. Yeah, that's true. Nick the Creator says revive emo and never really went away. That's a fact, yo. All right, let me see where are we at right now. We got Tracy WV here who says the New Day's promo on Jay shown this week on Twitter, no less. Pissed me off. Knowing it was a work, knowing they are friends, it got me. Brutal, man. Yo, I didn't even see that, Tracy. Tag me if you can on that on Twitter, because I think I might have missed that. Thank you, Tracy. John Taylor here says Cena is really savage to other wrestlers when he wants to be, which makes these promos must see, but you never believe it when Cena goes off on the fans. Yeah, and that's why I wanted John Cena to go off on CM Punk. I'm like, bro, you got things to say. Come on, you got things to say. We know you got things to say. All right, we got John Taylor here who says, also, I think Infamous Raider Loco's Dirty Dom's burner account, that chicken tendy slut.
And chaos answers.
I'm dead. Infamous Raider Loco is Dirty Dom's burner. That's amazing. I'm here for that. John Taylor says 35-year-old Denise being emo. Reg says Denise is 35 years old and still shops at Hot Topic, okay? All right, I still shop at Hot Topic. I own it. I'm proud of it.
Raw Monday.
Infamous Raider Loco says, I thought this was Goth's Denise's coming out party. Actually, I was like, I wish I could rock the goth look. I think the goth look is so cool. But I'll rock it for like one day and then you'll never see it again. Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. David Primero here says, WWE gave me the best gift ever by having Charlotte lose tonight. My prediction for Queen of the Ring, Asuka versus Jade in the finals. So it's Io versus Asuka or Jade versus Tiffy. So I think right now I'm thinking, I don't know. Ooh, this is hard, guys, because I can see Roxanne Perez taking this all the way. I can see Jade taking this all the way. If Asuka wins, which I kind of think Asuka will probably win that Fatal 4-Way on Raw, just because she's just going to come back and she's going to need this. But at the exact same time, Stephanie Vaquer is like uber popular. So it could be Stephanie Vaquer. Can you imagine if we get Stephanie one-on-one versus Alexa Bliss? Yo, I don't even know how I'm going to handle that. I really don't know. I'm thinking it'll either be, Jesus Christ. We could end up in a situation where it's Roxanne versus Stephanie, or Roxanne versus Alexa, or Jade versus Alexa, or Jade versus Stephanie, or Jade versus Asuka. Jesus, I don't even know. Like, I really feel like they can go in any direction. This is not one that I find easy to predict. Like, I'm legitimately struggling here to try to come up with a prediction for this Queen of the Ring, which I think is good because I hate when I could easily predict certain things. This one I can't. I'm struggling. I'm struggling, guys. The girl is stuck. Bring out some butter, guys, because I'm stuck. All right, we got Mr. Grimbley here who says Denise is 40 and shops at Hot Topic confirmed. I hate everybody. Next time I go to next time I should do my next video should be a Hot Topic shopping spree. even though freaking Reg says he bought his pants at Forever 21. Reg is like double the 21, okay? And he was out there shopping at Forever, Mr. Grimley. Oh, hey, by the way, that reminds me, on Tuesday, I haven't announced this yet, so I might as well announce it right now. This coming Tuesday on the 17th, we are going to be doing a Grapsado reunion here on the channel live at 12 p.m. noon time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be Phil Lindsay, Righteous Reg, Denise Salcedo, and Grapsado is not complete without Will Washington. So it'll be a great time. All of us will be on Tuesday at noon. So keep an eye out for that. I haven't announced it yet. So you guys are first to know right here, right now. So it's going to be a really good time. It's going to be live too. So, we will see where the conversation takes us. This is one of those where I have some things planned, but not too much because I want to see where the conversation goes. So yeah, I can't wait. All right. So thank you, Mr. Grimley. John Taylor says, also random pet peeve on live streams or podcasts, bad audio. Like, I don't care if the quality is 1998 webcam, the audio must be good. Yeah, I have heard that a lot from people where they feel like the audio is the most important part, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. I do think the audio is also the most important, which is why I also got a new microphone. So yeah, John, I feel you. Infamous Radio Local says, Denise with the dad jokes, get the butter.
We just had a spectacular
I'm stuck, get the butter.
In our first round fatal
That's
four-way.
proof that I'm 40.
Was that Alexa Bliss advanced? So Alexa
Okay, so next week it'll be Alexa Bliss versus whomever makes it into that spot. Thank you, Infamous Radio Loco, or should I say Dirty Dom. D. Lara says Bill Birmingham is back for an appearance. That's a fact, guys. He is back for a free appearance.
It's a very, very different R2 to what we've seen before after a number of assaults here on SmackDown. Next week, John Cena gets a chance to go even as he goes head-to-head with R2.
Also, after this, Robin will be joining me for a SmackDown post show, guys. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be here.
He was in the thrilling Money in the Bank triple threat qualifier that
we got Dan here who says lies. Reginald only works on Wednesdays.
Nakamura, who has won it all in
Yeah.
WWE,
Oh man, you should have seen Reg's reaction when I told him I was going on vacation in July. I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, just a heads up. I'm like, there's no podcast the week of July. I think it's the 9th that I won't be here." And he was like, "What? You're going on vacation?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going on vacation from July 7th." Through the 10th, I will be on vacation. The 11th, I'm going to be working, so that doesn't count as my vacation. But the 7th through the 10th, I will be on vacation for July. So just warning everybody ahead of time. Thank you, Dan. We got Sin City Saint in the building. He says, I feel like they're wasting Truth versus Cena on SmackDown. Should have been a PLE. I know. I was just saying earlier that I feel like we've been getting, John Cena's numbers are going down in terms of dates. Like, we need to make these count a little bit more, not just little appearances here and there. We got to get more bang for our buck, man. So I'm actually kind of glad they're doing it on SmackDown. Plus, we had already seen the Saturday night's main event match, so that's why I'm glad with it being on SmackDown. Thank you, Sin City Saint.
From Gomez, Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 230 pounds.
Yes, boy says you have to pronounce Andrade like Wade Barrett does for this match. I think he says Andrade.
Excellent on the call.
But he has such a heavy voice. Andrade. I can't do it.
Was Andrade when he hit that sunset flip powerbomb.
Also, shout out to Reginald Bell Johnson, who's in the building. We got Cole Langhover. What's up, Cole? Jay Grouse 9. What's up, Jay Grouse? We got Leo Poroy. Oh, Ruben, thank you. He says, can you link the second channel, please? Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Even though my own channel freaking flagged my own channel. But I don't know why. I think YouTube did that automatically because usually it tells me like, Jesus
I don't know how to
Christ,
say it more politely than that, Joe.
usually it tells me, hey, these people stole your video. Do you want to copyright them? And usually, I'm the one who makes the decision. But this time, they just made the decision for me. All right, I'm about to post it. Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go. Copying in the link. All right, threw it in the chat, guys. That's Denise's Pieces. That's my second YouTube channel. That's a baby channel, okay? So just a heads up, it's a baby channel. And I'm a little bit behind on stuff, but I've been posting content and got content going up. And it's all clips. It's an all clips channel. So for those of you who are like, I can't commit to a 20, 40-minute interview, and you just want to see 2 minutes of something that you care about, that's where you go do that. Oh, thank you. It says it's Kale, but with a C. Okay, thank you. You know, I'm blind, so I thought that A was an O. I don't got my glasses. I'm sorry, Kale. All right, we got John Taylor here who says Reg is just jealous because if he tried to shop at Hot Topic, he'd get arrested and put on the creepy old man list. Like, what's this old man out here looking at the cute little goth girls? I just know Reg be trying to get at them cute little goth girls. Infamous Raider Local says IDK did John Taylor, I mean TK approve. Sorry, IDK did John Taylor, I mean TK approve Will for Tuesday.
Wildly interesting combination.
For real. That's the only reason why we got Will on here.
King of the Ring.
Because we got the very own TK on this chat.
Fatal four-way.
Thank you, Infamous
No
Raider Loco.
DQs, no countouts. The first to win by pinfall or submission advances.
Hey, shout out to RK Shuttleworth.
The winner
What's up, dude?
of the King of the Ring gets a championship opportunity at SummerSlam. That comes your way from MetLife Stadium August 2nd and 3rd. King of the Ring finals will be at Night of Champions, Saturday, June 28th. That's streaming on Peacock.
I'll tell you right now, the King of the Ring.
All right, here we go, guys. It is the
but since they added that World Championship,
the last King of the Ring for today.
Stipulation to the prize.
John Taylor says I approved Will's appearance only if he paid a 60-minute Iron Man match with Wheeler Yuta on Denise's stream. Played a 60-minute Iron Man match with Wheeler Yuta on Denise's stream. I would retire. I would retire before
and Nakamura makes an
I'd be like, peace.
I'd
I'd give a YouTube channel to the first person that wanted it. Thanks, John. Jared Palmer says I'll be going to bed after this 4 a.m. Thanks for another enjoyable stream, Jared. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad that you hung out for as long as you did and get a good night's rest. Thank you, Jared. All right, here we go. This match is starting. Ooh, nice strike there from Priest.
Cody had a great idea there, but
Andrade.
his own guard, and unsurprisingly,
Oh, no, wait, it's Andrade, according to Wade.
Andrade off to a very good momentum-gathering start.
The man with the big dreams.
Cody intercepts and then eats an elbow. Haven't seen Cody Rhodes in action inside the ropes on SmackDown since February 7th. Right into the cover by Priest.
Broken Arrow connecting early. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, G Money 201 says kind of crazy how SmackDown knocked out all their qualifiers in one night. They did. I first only saw 2 of the qualifiers promoted. I didn't know they were doing 4.
Down the legs.
But then again, they got the time slot, so might as well.
Champion.
Every single competitor here starting out on a 10. We ain't warming up tonight. The stakes are too great.
Oh, Nakamura came all the way around the ring, got up on the apron. He saw an opening against both Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest Wade.
Feel bad, but I think the person you're least expecting to win this is Shinsuke. I rank Andrade above Shinsuke in terms of who I'd see win this match. But I think this one's another very clear one that it's Cody. All right, we're on commercial break, but I'm letting the audio play.
This fatal 4-way, first round tournament action, King of the Ring tournament. Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Andrade, who came flying, moonsaulting out onto the floor. Wade.
All 4 men going for broke from the off, leaving nothing.
I feel like Wade hasn't
reserve.
said it
That's
today.
level of healthy
I've been waiting for him to say it.
Have for each other. They know how dangerous their opponents are this evening. You simply cannot pump the brakes at all.
Nakamura.
All right, well, we're in the middle of this commercial break.
These guys are going big from the very beginning.
They
Do
really
not look away.
God, I have so much shit to promote. I'm like, I don't even know what to
It has been
promote right now.
nonstop offense to your
Actually, yes, what I do know that I'll promote in the meantime during the commercial break is my bookie, everybody. So my bookie is my brand new sponsor. It's a betting site where you go and you bet, and the best part about it is that you can bet on pro wrestling. The website is mybookie.ag. Once again, that's mybookie.ag. And if you guys go on there, use that promo code Denise, and if you deposit $50, you get an extra $25. You can go bigger and deposit $100 and you get $50, and you can bet on pro wrestling. I actually started doing it at Money in the Bank, and I did get some nice little money back. So I was very, very pleased with myself, and I was pleased with my predictions. So I actually kind of felt like, this is pretty fun. This is something that I watch on a daily basis, and I'm always talking about predictions, but yet I never actually, put money on the line. So I finally did. And so my bookie is my new sponsor. So if you guys want to go check them out, again, that's mybookie.ag. And even if you're not sure just yet on whether or not you want to actually, put money in or anything like that, you can just sign up. If you sign up, that counts too. And it helps me out a whole lot because the sponsors just want to see that people actually sign up. So if you guys do sign up at mybookie.ag, use that promo code Denise. It really, really helps me in them basically being like, okay, we'll continue to sponsor her. And so hopefully they do. So please do check out my bookie at mybookie.ag.
On Rhodes.
All right. And then on top of that, oh man, my phone's being blown up for the show tomorrow. So usually Friday nights we go down like the rundown of like what we want to discuss for Saturday's Busted Open show. So usually that's what I do Friday nights too, is let them know like, oh hey, like this is what we plan to talk about for tomorrow's show.
Once again,
hey, what's up, Van76? I haven't seen you in a minute. Van says plan to attend SummerSlam this year. Yeah, I'll probably be there for one day. I'm probably just going to go just for the media day, and then I'm going to have Alex there for the press conferences. Alex, Queen of the Ring. She'll be doing the press conferences. We got John Taylor who says, Denise, are you able to tell us how your social media correspondent gig at WrestleVerse came together? Also, this sounds like a planted question to make you plug the event. John Taylor's the plant now. Actually, John, I need to bring in the graphic for that. So give me 1 second. But basically, the WrestleVerse event, of course, I'm not logged into freaking Instagram. I swear. Hold on. I'll have to pull it up here. Oh, no, wait. You know what? I posted it on Twitter too. Never mind. I posted it on Twitter. I wanted to grab the graphic, but by the way, we're back on the show. I'll pull the graphic up in a second.
Shinsuke Nakamura, three-time U.S. champion, coming straight in on Cody, who gets out of the way just in time.
You can't take that much time against someone the caliber of Cody Rhodes, arguably #1 in this entire industry, albeit without a championship at present.
Cody looking to advance by submission here in first round action. Figure 4 is locked in against Nakamura. Off the top rope comes Andrade.
Yeah, you go on the offense with a figure 4. You're just asking for someone to pounce.
Oh, yeah. So basically how that came about was it just had been somebody that I connected with that just happens to also basically I connected with the right person and they liked the content that I put on. So because they liked my interviews that I did at a previous convention, they invited me to basically do the same thing over at Animeverse Kansas City WrestleVerse Fest in Kansas City. So I will be there June 28th through 29th, and there's a tons of wrestlers that have been announced for that. So if you're in the area in Kansas City, come out and check out this convention. Really fun stuff, and you get to meet some of your favorite wrestlers, and I'll just be hanging out there. So it'll be a good time too. John, thank you so much for allowing me a chance to promote this. And again, that's in Kansas City.
Cody. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at Rhodes trying to balance himself before Nakamura gets the best of both of them.
There's
a roll.
I feel bad because like not everyone seems to be all off the charts on this match, but I'm telling you guys, it's because we all kind of know what the outcome is going to be. Like no one believes Shinsuke or Andrade is winning this.
Cody Rhodes saw the
And even
danger a
Damian
mile
Priest,
off
I don't think
just
many people
before
are expecting him
perhaps
to
the arm of Andrade was snapped. Oh, there have been a tap out.
I don't even think people are expecting, you know, him to win.
Out of this first
That's
round,
what
making it
happens
to
when
the
you got
semifinals
people
of
that
King
you're
of the
just
Ring.
not expecting
So
for it to be
frantic
like
in
people
there
lose
right
interest in the
now. Cody
matches.
Rhodes saw his moment for glory, saw his moment for progression. Didn't quite work out, and now Cody Rhodes has
This
got
crowd's
some
going to go nuts.
tricks up his sleeve.
This
Oh my God, is that the Slim Jim table?
is coming out.
It's the Slim Jim table. It's
Well,
Buck.
it's a little unorthodox for a fatal four-way.
No DQs.
There's absolutely nothing this referee
So funny
can
seeing
do
the Slim
about
Jim
it.
logo
Calls all the
on the
carnage you want,
table.
Cody.
And you know what's
Cody's got
funny
the
about
table
that?
lined
The
up.
placement of the Slim Jim logo is that they could have put the Slim Jim logo right, one big giant logo in the center of the table, but they did it on
Cody
both
says
ends.
anything
They did it on
it
both
takes.
ends because when the
This is the
wrestlers
path
fall and break onto the
to
table,
getting back to
the
a
table
world
breaks off into
championship
two pieces.
opportunity,
And so depending on
whatever
which
it
angle the
takes.
camera
As he's got
takes a
Andrade
picture
lined up, and
of the
Andrade's gonna
carnage,
lock it up.
no matter
Yeah,
what
real smart
angle
from
it's in,
Andrade. He's thinking
they're
enough
going to
abuse
get the Slim
already
Jim
this
logo
week. Thank
in
you
the camera
very much.
shot.
Oh, Priest
Versus if
joins
it would
the
have been
fray.
dead in the center, you wouldn't have gone in the photo
They look at each
when the
other,
wrestlers broke the table.
and they say, why not?
That's some Lex Neville thinking.
I don't know how this can possibly end well for any of these three men.
Nakamura's going to bring
Yeah,
down the
I
legs
show
of
Sigma says
Andrade
snap into a Slim Jim.
and deal with him himself.
Oh shit! You see what I'm saying? Look at that! Look at that! Table's broken in half. No matter what angle you get of the picture, no matter what picture the camera guy takes, click, 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 click. That Slim Jim logo is gonna be everywhere. All right, we're going to a commercial break. It's a little silent, and it comes back. Yeah, felt like it was taking longer this time to come back.
Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest. As he
So
tries to
funny.
slam down the head of Priest, but Priest
Ron says,
able to
doesn't
get
make
the
me
best
want to
of him.
purchase a
Priest
Slim
is too
Jim.
big and strong.
Oh, returns the favor. Smashing the top.
I don't know.
of our
I think the
announce
only there's been a couple of sponsorships that have worked for me. Like I remember when Brock had the Jimmy John's
It has been
sponsorship,
so
I
much.
went to Jimmy John's. By the way, I did not
and
like Jimmy
Andrade.
John's, but I went because I'm like, oh, this
Looking
is
to
the
lay
place
him out
Brock promotes
and
all the time. Let
smash
me see what it tastes
Priest
like.
down
And
as
I didn't
well.
like it. I'm a Jersey Mike's girl. Jersey Mike's, what up? Jimmy John's,
Oh, what a big boot. As Priest is laid out onto the table at this point.
I also remember
whole new
didn't
level
Papa
of
John's
pain
at one
in
point
this
also
matchup,
switch
but
to
perhaps with it,
WWE?
a whole new level
Because I
of
might have heard of Papa
barbarity.
John's from WWE, or like
Oh,
just
they
starting
sent
to see
Priest
it a lot
sliding
more because
over
of
the
them.
table.
Because there
Basically,
really
one of
wasn't
them
like a
already
Papa
tonight.
John's in my
Guys,
area.
he may have hurt
I
his
think
left
Papa
leg
John's
badly
is
there.
considered the more like expensive
Well, you hear
pizza.
Priest screaming
Like
in
chances are you're
agony
probably
down
gonna
here.
get Domino's
Not
or
that
Pizza
there's gonna
Hut
be any
or
let
La
up from
Pizza Loca
Andrade or
instead of
Shinsuke
like
Nakamura.
some other pizza
Because
before
Cody
you get
Rhodes
Papa John's.
laid out a few
Jonathan says Mike's way. Damn right, Mike's way.
They send
Damn
him flying
right.
into timekeeper. Andrade and
Oh, thank you,
Nakamura,
Tracy.
and
I
now
just
it's
saw it right now.
Andrade
I will probably watch it
being
after the
turned on by
podcast.
Nakamura.
Nick the Creator says, where Jersey Mike's is Italian is peak. Yo, I usually get their club sandwich, their provolone and cheese sandwich, and their chicken bacon ranch. Oh, their chicken bacon ranch,
Nakamura
guys.
looking to close things
Oh
out
my
here.
God. That thing is
And able
so
to
good.
get that
And
right
it just like,
shoulder
it's
up
so,
is Andrade.
oh, it's so good. Andrew Tam, you know, I think I only had Firehouse sub one time several years ago, so I don't really remember it too well. Fan76 says, do you like pineapple on pizza? No, I don't. I do not like pineapples on pizza.
Shinsuke Nakamura
Kale says
driving that
on
knee
Twitch. Yeah, I stream
right into the chest
simultaneously.
of
So if you were to
Andrade.
log on to Twitch right now, I'm also
Hear
streaming
this
there too.
audience attempting to rally Cody Rhodes. He may be done and dusted. Took a hell of an impact earlier on through that table, and he's barely moved since.
I like all pizza. Most pizza I love. I'm not really too picky. Except minus the pineapple that I won't eat. But I'm usually like I usually get like the garden pizza, like the garden vegetable, like a veggie pizza, whatever people's version of the veggie pizza is. They all have different names for it. But the veggie pizza, I will
Climbing up
fuck up a
top.
veggie pizza.
As Nakamura meets him
Pepperoni and cheese, of
with a big
course.
right
Pepperoni and jalapenos. I also love the Meat Lover Supreme.
On the
Yeah.
top, not where you want to be.
I do get the Meat Lover Supreme. It's so funny because I'll get the vegetarian, but I'll also get the meat lovers.
That is what is on the line. King of the Ring. This is the first round.
I also like mod pizza, Blaze pizza, the one where you actually make your own pizza. I get those too.
Back to his feet. He was smashed up and over our announce
Yeah, Cincinnati saying that sounds like you just love pizza. That's a fact, bro. Because I'll also get the barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah, you fight.
Yeah, barbecue chicken is also pretty good.
Out of that one.
Meanwhile, the American Nightmare.
Reginald says eating pizza with Steve Urkel.
Some time ago.
Super Pro says I like almost all pizza. I just love pizza. Yeah, same. I even like frozen pizza. Like I like DiGiorno. I'll try DiGiorno quite a bit. I like the DiGiorno Supreme. The DiGiorno Supreme, the stuffed crust. Oh, hello.
To the back of the head of Andrade, all men down. Bar one.
But how much has been taken out of Nakamura? As you see Cody Rhodes.
Wait, I didn't even realize this. D had 11 here says, Dead 11 says, it's funny that there was a Jimmy John's commercial right after Denise mentioned them, after I buried them. I just don't remember liking them. I'm sorry, Jimmy John's.
Oh, by Croc. The indefatigable human spirit of Cody Rhodes shining through here.
Rhodes.
Okay, this match is starting to pick up a little bit.
And you feel that noticeable jump in energy. This
Ooh,
audience
nice.
is starting to believe once again in the American Nightmare.
Setting up crossroads, but instead, Shinsuke able to counter. Shinsuke Nakamura looking for Kinshasa.
Connects.
Hooks the leg. Could he advance? Andrade with a last second.
Reginald says Supreme Pizza is my favorite. It's good. It's very good. WrestleMania says making my stomach do somersaults, yo. Yeah, I also want pizza too, Super Pro. Tiger Claw says, yeah, stuffed crust DiGiorno Supreme is bomb. It is. It's really good.
In the Money in the Bank
I usually get that one. I've gotten Freshetta, I think it's what it's called.
Huge career opportunity.
Oh, nice.
Right here as he comes in with the running double knees.
I'm pretty open with what pizzas I get.
In recent months, that acquisition of Triple A has fired up something inside of this.
Oh no! Watch out! Here comes Priest.
Once again.
Oh! You saw the spinning elbow. Looking to deliver the message. Andrade, is this enough? Shinsuke Nakamura, fatal four-way action everywhere you look.
G Money 201 says, so big question, New York slice or Chicago deep dish? Oh, New York slice. Sorry, Chicago. The deep dish I wasn't in love with. I've had it the times I've gone to Chicago, but it's just too thick.
For now, at least.
Andrade and Nakamura.
So for me, it's definitely the New York slice one.
Laid out.
We got Infamous Murder Loco here who says, my favorite spot is Village Host Pizza in Aptos near Santa Cruz, California. I drove 35 minutes to pick it up and come back home. That's how much I love it there. Ooh, I've never had it. Santa Cruz is a little far from me, so I probably won't have it unless I go. But yeah, I've never heard about it before. Thank you, Infamous Murder Loco. My favorite is actually Z Pizza, and I think the nearest location's in Brea. So I don't have it that often, even though I love it.
It's Cody.
Cutter. Yeah, I think this is where Cody gets it.
Oh, that one was as sweet as I've ever seen, but it's not got the.
Oh, yay, Kale went to the Twitch channel. Nice.
To get back into position. Crossroads on
Andrade.
Nakamura. And he says, I'm ending it right here.
No, you're not, Shinsuke.
Right now. Cody counters. Cody has countered. Cody Rhodes. Crossroads counter. Hooks the leg.
No way. Cody Rhodes won. I don't believe it. I'm being sarcastic. All right. We all knew Cody Rhodes was going to win. Yay. Congrats. Woo. I'm like, yay. Congrats. Woo. Now let's see what this bracket looks like. Adrenaline in my soul. You totally knew I was gonna win this one, you know. I don't know, that was so bad. It was so bad. I was really trying to come up with something clever there. It just didn't happen.
But what a journey connecting with this Crossroads
Okay, I'm waiting for the updated bracket. Here we go.
Well, let's have a look, Wade, because we have 3 of our
All
4
right, we got
semifinals.
Timmy and Randy on one
Cody,
side, and then
Randy
Cody
won
will
tonight.
probably.
Sammy's in.
I'm
Who
gonna
will round
assume
it
they're
out?
gonna
It
face
is a
James
ride
or
to
Bronson Reed.
SummerSlam through the Night
That's
of
who I
Champions.
think will
That's how
probably
it
make it
starts.
on the other
Massive
side.
semifinal action next Friday on SmackDown. Plus, R-Truth against John Cena. We will see you then, as here in Lexington, they roar for the American Nightmare.
JB says, let's go Bronson Reed. I kind of want Bronson Reed to win too, but I think it'll be Jey Uso. I don't think you can throw him in there and then not have him win. All right, give me 1 second, everyone. So I'm about to wrap up this recording here on the back end. And then Robin will be joining me in just a minute to get into the SmackDown conversation. But before he does, though, we actually got a couple of super chats from, let me see what we got here. We got Larice Johnson, who says, what if Cody versus Jey Uso is in the King of the Ring? Yeah, well, that'll probably be it, honestly. I really think that's going to be the possibility. Either Cody and Jay or Cody and Bronson, Larice. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. We got John Taylor here, who says, I just looked at Google Maps, the closest pizza place. I live too far for delivery, and it's about 40-minute drive. Stuffed crust Pete Me Lovers is my fave. Oh, that's the worst when you're not close to the food you love. Oh, that stinks. But yeah, I get it, man. I get it. That's what I'm saying. I want to get that Z pizza too, but it's like 30 minutes away from me. Infamous Raider Loco says closest is San Luis Obispo, a little closer to you. Yeah, still a little further too, honestly. Hey, Robin. Oh, wait, I was already saying hello to you, and I didn't even have you on the screen yet.
That's all right. You know, you felt my essence.
I did. And let me tell you, if you want to make sure your partner feels your essence, Blue Chew, promo code Denise. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Link in the description box below. All right, here we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, joined by Robin Lundberg. Happy Friday the 13th. We are here to chat some SmackDown. First and foremost, Robin, how are you?
I'm doing well. I like your motif today. The makeup and the pink shirt. What's the shirt today? Is that CM Punk?
Yeah, what the heck? Today's the day that I've gotten the most compliments, Robin. I was literally talking about this during the watch along. Everybody was complimenting my makeup. And here's the thing. This was an accident. This was too much pink. This is a new color that I just bought, and I put it on and I'm like, no, it's too much, but I ran out of time and I had to come on the air like this, and then everybody ended up liking it.
Well, it's very punk rock, if you will.
Hey, look at me. I'm bringing back my my rockerita era. This is Robin, in case you haven't heard, I still shop at Hot Topic, so that's the thing lately. But anyways, it's glad to be back. Glad to have you back on here. How's everything?
All is well. All is well. You know, another SmackDown in the books. A little CM Punk, John Cena action. That heats it up a little bit.
I was very glad when we saw CM Punk appear today on the show. Let's get right to it. So John Cena, CM Punk, another confrontation, a matchup, a SmackDown matchup also made for John Cena next week. So there's kind of a lot to get into here. So we kicked off the show with John Cena, and it was John Cena basically talking his shit to the crowd, you know, doing what John Cena has been doing as a heel. And I kept thinking that CM Punk was going to come out during this portion, and I was waiting for it, and then it didn't happen, and instead it ended up being Cody Rhodes. And we kind of got like a little bit of a back and forth there with Cody and with John, but it was one of those things where, okay, we finished off with that, and I was thinking, okay, this is where we're gonna continue on. Like, we're gonna get, like, are we not gonna get John Cena and what's his face, Ron Killings? Like, it was one of those things that there was just a lot happening there that I didn't know which direction they were gonna go into. But then later on, we did see Ron Killings attack John Cena immediately after that segment from behind, so that was pretty cool. And then he goes out there and he says, I'm gonna call out Ron Killings. Goes out there to the ring, talks his shit, we think Ron Killings is going to come out, and then instead CM Punk comes out, and we get a nice back and forth between CM Punk and John Cena. So as of this Monday, we learned that it was going to be John Cena versus CM Punk at Night of Champions. Let's kind of start there because there's kind of a lot right now. Robin, when you saw that announcement that was made with John Cena and CM Punk going face to face at Night of Champions, what did you make of that?
Oh, well, look, I mean, I made good of it, right? Like, I mean, that's a big time match. That's a big time main event. It's probably the most buzz John Cena's had since the title change at WrestleMania. We'll see how it actually shakes out or turns out, but it's interesting to see CM Punk in that picture. And in that picture where it's going to be, that's a little bit of a subplot, of course, the Saudi Arabia aspect of it. But more importantly, just CM Punk having a chance at that championship, CM Punk facing off with John Cena once again. And I think you saw it in this show. It's kind of funny how far in the rear view and how quickly CM Punk was able to put the baggage away. You know, when he came in, it was like, oh, is he going to be able to exist in this company? He ran himself out of AEW after he ran himself out of WWE the first time. Everybody hates him. And now he feels like the ultimate good guy that everybody loves. That's something I made note of.
No, it's so weird. But I mean, look, nobody here, we're just going to say it out loud. Like, nobody here was expecting CM Punk to do the Saudi Arabia shows. He has been very, very vocal about that in the past, making fun. I think it was of The Miz when he would said, like, oh, go have fun sucking that Saudi blood money, right? Like, those tweets have been making the rounds from the past. They've been making the rounds on social media because there was a lot of people that were like, wow, CM Punk's really going to go to Saudi Arabia after all of the shit he talked, right? You're just like, oh shit. Like me, I didn't see it coming, Robin. I really did not. And I know that CM Punk is kind of on his good boy era, right? Like he's behaving well. And that was even something that he mentioned in this promo with John Cena where he said, like, look at us, the roles have reversed, right? Like he's the one now that's saying, I'm going to leave the company and I'm going to ruin pro wrestling. And CM Punk is now the one, doing whatever the bosses say he needs to do, right? So totally roles have been changed and it's weird. And I think for me, it's one of those unfortunate parts of this match is I was really looking forward to seeing John Cena and CM Punk once again, Robin. It being announced at Night of Champions took a lot away from it, where now I'm looking at it and I feel like it's pretty obvious John Cena's retaining. And maybe some people could say, Denise, it was obvious even before that. Sure, you can make that argument, of course, because I think we all know Cody Rhodes is going to be the one to take the title back. But I would have thought if they would have done it at a bigger show like SummerSlam, I would have been maybe second guessing myself and been thinking, hey, maybe John Cena winning isn't the most obvious direction. Maybe CM Punk does have a chance to win here. And now I don't really feel that way. And it kind of, to me, it takes away from the show. In fact, I would be upset if CM Punk won at Night of Champions.
You'd be upset?
Yeah. It would just be weird, Robin. Can you imagine him winning the title there in Saudi Arabia after all the shit he talked?
I guess I don't like that doesn't weigh as much on me, that aspect of it. I do think it would be weird in the sense of John Cena losing the title after winning the title the way he did. Like I feel like that has to matter and mean something. But those Saudi shows often feel like glorified house shows. A lot of and that's what I think they kind of did, is like, what's the biggest possible main event we can give you from a named star power standpoint, but still get out of the building with John Cena with the belt. So I agree with that's what's going to happen.
It just didn't really feel like they had to do that there. Like, no matter what, they're going to get their money, and like, they're going to put anything. They could have put Robin versus Denise, and no matter what, they are going to get paid, okay?
Yeah.
They didn't have to put John Cena and CM Punk on that card. And that's, I think, where my little bit of I kind of just went from a match that I was really looking forward to suddenly being like, oh, okay, that's nice.
I mean, they've just been there so often for so long now, and were they the first ones? Was WWE like, they were one of the first ones who made the foray and kind of publicly did it, and they got a lot of backlash at the time. But how many years in a row have they been over in Saudi?
It's been several years now, several years, and it's one of those things where I feel like people have gotten used to it. Again, this is just specific right now to CM Punk, because this is CM Punk's first time going over there. That's why it's a big deal. It's like, dude, that's why there's this conversation that's being had where you weren't expecting that from him.
WWE now, and he sucks at the teat of TKO. I mean,
so sad. That's the thing. Like, that's not who CM Punk was. That's not who CM Punk. That's not what CM Punk represented. So that's why it's weird, and that's why I said I wouldn't even want CM Punk to win there. I would probably be like, oh no, it would be weird. Like, I would have this moment of like, yay, CM Punk's champion. Oh, that's a little ironic to win the title there. Oh, I don't know what to say. So that's kind of like my thoughts on that. But regardless, I think what I'm looking forward to right now, or what I have been looking forward to, and this is what I like today, was that we are seeing these back and forths with John Cena and CM Punk, or at least what it feels like half of the back and forth, because CM Punk went at it today with John. John didn't really say that much. And I feel like they've been doing this a whole lot, where in order to keep this going and to spread it out, you hear one person's side, and then you got to wait a whole week to hear the other person's response, if you're lucky, and then another week to hear the other person's response to that. That's what I've been feeling like we've been seeing a lot in these promo situations, where let's get it all out there. Like, I felt John Cena could have said so many things to CM Punk, and he didn't. He didn't say any of the things I thought he was going to say to CM Punk.
Yeah, I think this was a put John Cena in his place promo from CM Punk. Put this match over, put CM Punk over for the crowd. Cena did his little promo earlier in the show, right? Like, that was his moment to get his stuff off. But I think the whole point here was to let CM Punk cook John Cena a little bit to try and get you hype and entice you into that match, despite the location, Denise.
Oh my God. What did you think when LA Knight called John Cena bald, or like referenced his bald spot?
The good line. Look, I mean, those are the ones that always cut through, right? The ones that have a little bit of R-truth to them. Those are the ones that work. So, I thought that one hit. I liked the line that CM Punk had that he made fun of himself for saying it sounded like John Cena.
When he said the clothes.
Yeah, that was pretty good, I thought. I laughed.
Yeah, there were some good parts in there. I felt like CM Punk could have said a lot more. I felt like John Cena could have said a lot more. So hopefully we do get another back and forth between them when we get to before we get to Night of Champions, of course. But yeah, it's happening, guys. Like, this is it. This is going to be the last time you most likely see John Cena versus CM Punk, which in a way, like, I don't know if I feel so like I don't even feel weird about it. Like, I don't feel emotional about it in any sense. Does that make sense? Because usually when we hear people say, oh, this is the last time we do this, the last time we do that, and you kind of start to feel a little emotional. I don't really feel emotional about seeing the last CM Punk John Cena match. And I think the reason I don't feel like it is because I never thought we'd ever would see it again. So it wasn't one of those things that I was expecting for it to even happen. Like, I was never expecting CM Punk to return to WWE. I was not expecting John Cena to do a 1-year farewell tour. So these were all things I weren't expecting that suddenly we're getting. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of like a cherry on top, versus it being something that I'm sad about,
Well, twofold. One, John Cena's around enough and he's the champion that it doesn't feel as novel in a sense. And secondly, it hasn't worked that well. I mean, like we're being real about it. Like, it hasn't hit the way that you would hope that it would hit. because we didn't feel that way about John Cena and Randy Orton either. That's a big time.
I think I felt it more with Randy and John, just a little bit more, not that much,
but
a little bit
not
more.
like you were like, you know, you were.
I didn't shed a tear.
Yeah, you weren't invested like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even know if that happened with ever since the end of the WrestleMania match, and I don't even know if it happened with Cody and Cena either, because I would say I think you and I were both looking forward to main event night 1 more than main event night 2 going into WrestleMania 2. So something's got to give at some point. You know, one of these things has to hit and sell this, or else we're going to look back on the John Cena farewell tour as a failure.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
That's really sad. I was not expecting to be having this conversation, but that's where we're at now, though. And I really hope, I mean, you know, they always say you always remember how a show ends, right? Like a whole show can be great, but if the ending is horrible, people are going to remember the horrible ending. If they find a way to turn this John Cena thing around, which you know that the last match, you know that the last show, it's going to be great. I think we already know that. But if you can turn the last couple months around, I think people will look back at it fondly, because that'll be the last thing they remember.
Oh yeah, it's always like that, and it's a business of moments too, right? Like, because it only takes, you know, it only takes the heel turn from John Cena to get everybody you know, that's still the standout moment of all of it, is the way it started. So if they can get something that lands the way that did, then it erases a lot of it. I mean, it's like antiseptic, you know, gargling some Listerine or something. you spit it out, your breath feels fresher. Yeah, so I'm hoping for it too. I'm just saying, up until this point, it ain't hitting. It ain't hitting.
Well, if you want to make sure you're hitting it, Blue Chew, promo code Denise. And we got John
Another
Taylor
hard
here.
promo there from segue. I'm sorry, hard segue.
Well,
Denise.
you know, if you want to be hard, make sure you got Blue Chew, promo code Denise.
You know, I got
Robin,
I'm
Robin,
erecting that attention right now. I understand. You know, I mean, you know what?
We got John
you
here.
You gotta come at me twice.
You want to make sure you're coming twice. Blue Chew, promo code Denise. We're gonna keep this going all night, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to make sure you're going out all night, Blue Chew, promo code Denise. All right, I'm done. I swear.
Ejaculating jokes left and right here.
Oh my gosh, you guys better support Blue Chew, man. After tonight, we got John here who says, "Do you want your partner to be a meat lover?" Blue Chew, promo code Denise. Hey.
You can't see meat.
I can't. We're on one today. Thank you, John. Infamous Raider Loco says, waiting for the main event, Rob versus Reg. Oh, Robin versus Reg battle, book it. Yeah, we were talking about that for a while, huh? Back in like a couple of months ago. Yeah, we need to book that rap battle.
Yeah, off the top. Speak now, don't have a cow. You know, wow. You know, something. No, how about? I'll be on Busted Open with you tomorrow, right? So.
Wait, you're gonna be on Busted Open with me tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm finding this out right now.
Yeah, I'm the hero.
Is that why my phone was blowing up right now?
Yeah.
Because I was seeing a bunch of messages come in, and I'm like, oh, I'll just worry about that after the show.
Yeah. I'm the hero, not the villain. So don't call me a villain, because I want top billing. See, there you go.
Let's go. All right, we got Plugger 1234 who says WWE Worlds Collides ads galore. Why WWE is? Oh, you guys getting a bunch of ads for that? Well, I mean, I saw some of the videos, but I don't know if you guys are getting ads. Interesting. Thank you, Plugger. We got Ebony Prince here who says, hey, Denise and Robin, SmackDown was great. It went by fast today, guys. Like, I sat here. I only looked at the clock one time. Loved that. So I can't complain. Thank you, Ebony Prince, for also being a member for 18 months. We got Bob Barash Jr. who says, I like this motivated version of Alexa Bliss that we have been seeing recently. Yo, I was Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair were the top 2 options today for the Queen of the Ring for their match that they had, but I still wasn't expecting Alexa Bliss to win. I really thought it was going to be Charlotte, which we'll get into in just a second. But we got Josh D here who says, I'm predicting it's going to be Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes in the King of the Ring finals, but WWE could throw a curveball and have Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso in the finals. Josh, I like the way you're thinking. We'll come back to that in a second. Sin City Saint here says first PLE was in 2018, but they have been running shows since 2014. Yeah, it's crazy how fast this time has gone by, but I still remember like the first times we were getting used to seeing all the WWE imagery in Saudi Arabia, and it took a second, and they've calmed down on, at least from what I remember, they haven't been doing as much propaganda as they were in the beginning of the shows. But now I think they were doing it more so like on social media. I don't know. Thank you, Sin City Saint. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments because those are really the big topics of today. So let's kick things off with the men's tournament. So today we saw Randy defeat LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes to continue on. And then we saw Cody Rhodes defeat Damian Priest, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura in the main event. So, Robin, the thing that I was talking about with people during the watch along was that all of these felt super obvious. Like everyone knew Randy was winning, everyone knew Cody was winning, but now we're kind of in a position of, okay, what are the finals looking like? Because I really think we can go in so many directions, kind of like what we just saw here with our super chat from Josh D, who says, it could be Randy versus Cody, as we know that's a match that people have been waiting to see, or Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. This is hard. This is a tough one because Sami and Jey, former friends, or still friends, actually. They have a lot of history. But then Cody Rhodes and Randy, same situation, friends with a lot of history, and we've been waiting to see this match once again. So which one, Robin, do you go with?
Sami and Jey. It's not even close. I don't know. It feels more exciting to me. Which direction do they go with that? What happens with Jey Uso after he lost? I feel like they're setting Sami Zayn up for some big stuff here in the next year or so. I don't know. Cody and Randy. So winner gets the title shot, right? Do they get to pick their respective champion?
I think they usually do stick to their champion, but I'm sure if they wanted to pick from another brand, I think they could.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm more, let me just put it this way. I'm more excited about a Sami Zayn, Jey Uso match than I am a Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes match.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, let me see it from your perspective. Because here's the thing. If we do Cody and Randy at some point, you could do a lot more with them versus if you just threw it away at a King of the Ring match, then it's kind of like, oh, all of this whole story you didn't really get to tell. They just found themselves in a King of the Ring match. Like, we can see Cody and Randy, but with more of a story being told, right? Mm-hmm. With more of the history being highlighted. Okay, great. Then if you get Sami and Jey, it's kind of like, oh shit, like these are two friends that are now finding themselves. Yeah. Right. So you know what, Robin? Congratulations. You sold me. Sami and Jey does feel like the stronger option here, only because I do think they could do more with Cody and Randy instead of it just being a finals of the King of the Ring. But I'd be cool with either, though, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be mad at the other one, but I like the circumstances in that moment where they realize, oh, it's us against one another. All right, it was, let's go for it. And then how do they get out of that? Like what happens there? That to me is a little bit more interesting, I think, for the way that this tournament is structured and given their history.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, I was easily sold this one. I folded really quickly because I didn't really know which direction I honestly
you folded
wanted to
like
go
your
with
man
this.
had just taken Blue Chew.
All right, we got Sin City State here who says they should have done a fatal four-way for the finals. Cody versus Orton versus Sami versus Jey would have been wild. Yeah, but then it would have been it would have finished a little bit faster unless they would have started with more people. So yeah, I get what you're saying. The fatal four-way would have been sick and they could have done that. But no, I do think it hits a lot harder having one-on-one, I think that's cool. Thank you, Sin City Saint. I appreciate you, man. All right, let me see where we're at here. So I feel like for the most part, it's a little bit, people are kind of, I think from what I'm seeing in the comments, people are kind of feeling like me where they're okay with either option. So I guess this is looking good for the men's King of the Ring finals. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the women's and what's been going on there. Wrong graphic. All right, here we go. Let me pop that in there. If you're popping it in there, Blue Chew, promo code Denise.
Yeah,
okay, I swear I'm done.
That was a layup.
I meant to say pop in the graphic in here,
Yeah.
but damn. Oh, God. You can turn anything into a Blue Chew ad. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
so here we go.
Oh, that's an orgasmic graphic right there. I just
Whether you're in a four-way or a one-on-one, Blue Chew promo code Denise. All right. So on Monday Night Raw, we had Roxanne Perez qualify on her side. Today, we had two matches from the SmackDown side. We had Jade Cargill defeat Michin and Piper Niven and Nia Jax. And so Jade Cargill advanced. And so now she's going to be facing Roxanne Perez. Interesting matchup there. Before we get to that, on the right side of the bracket, we had Alexa Bliss defeat Charlotte Flair, Alba Fire, and Candice LeRae. Again, this was a situation where you were expecting either Candice or Charlotte or Alexa. I was more so expecting it to be Charlotte, but Alexa ended up getting this win here. So Alexa will go on to face either Asuka, Stephanie, Raquel, or Ivy. And let's be real, it's either going to be Stephanie or Asuka that will go one-on-one with Alexa Bliss. So Robin, honestly, looking at this bracket, I don't think this one's as easy to predict maybe as possibly. I think the men's was even easier to predict than this one is because I feel like they could just go in so many directions here. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think obviously Roxanne is on the come up. Alexa Bliss got the big win, maybe caught a little people by surprise and is getting that push again. I'm feeling Jade for this. I don't know. Something about that this might be like her big like singles moment run as she runs through and becomes the queen of the ring. So I'm kind of feeling Jade.
Yo, like this one's, like I'm sad, this one's pretty tough for me. I think that Jade is probably the one that's the most intriguing because, you know, you look at her and you're just thinking to yourself, like, damn, if Jade is the one to end up being the queen, like you just know she is going to like run with that. She's going to look cool with the gear. She's going to really present herself with that queen-like stature. Like she's going to really rock it. Roxanne Perez as queen of the ring will be a little bit like, okay, a little rebellious there. Like, I don't know what her character doesn't necessarily scream queen, right? She's not a screaming queen. It doesn't really fit the Roxanne Perez character, but I do love Roxanne. Alexa needs something. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was surprised that she even won this because I've been thinking like, what are we doing with Alexa? And given what's happening with her and Charlotte and everything that's happened between Charlotte and Alexa, I think that's going to continue to be its thing. So that's why I almost think that Alexa Bliss is not winning this because I think she's going to go off and feud with Charlotte. So Asuka and Stephanie, I think, are the top two options to face Alexa and advance in their Raw match. Stephanie's the most popular right now. Asuka, though, has a huge fan base, and Asuka's, former champ. She's also had been gone for such a long time, so it would kind of suck if she did lose in her return match. So who do you go with, Robin?
Yeah, I mean, that's Asuka, I guess, because you're what you just said, right? Like, I mean, I feel, but no, Stephanie Vaquer is too hot right now. The issue is, do you have her lose and not win the whole thing? Like, it almost feels like it's better for her to be out early than advance further and lose. I'm torn on that one. That one's tough because I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen Asuka in a real thing. But I'll go Stephanie Vaquer. She's the one that's hottest right now.
Damn, dude, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I think there's a chance Asuka wins and we get Asuka and Alexa, and I think the finals could be like Jade versus Asuka or Jade versus, I don't know.
What about Jade Stephanie Vaquer?
I know. I think, look, here's the thing: if Stephanie Vaquer makes it to the finals, she's got to win.
If Jade makes it to the final, she's kind of got to win. No,
I don't know. This is what I mean. I told you I'm conflicted on this one. I feel like usually I'm more confident in my picks. This time I'm really not. But that's because I feel like you can really do so much there. Okay, so I guess at the end of the day, what's the money match? Just answer that. What's the money match between these ones? What would be the one that you're just like, oh shit, I can't believe we're getting that? Is it Jade and Stephanie?
I think it's Jade and Stephanie, yeah. That's the one that makes you go, oh, shit, when you just see them standing across from one another, I think.
Because we've seen Roxanne and Stephanie. Roxanne and Asuka, though, that will be a great wrestling match. That one has Roxanne and Asuka, I think, has the potential to be the best wrestling match out of all the scenarios we're seeing here. So I'm like Roxanne and Asuka and Jade and Stephanie is probably my I guess my money picks. But then what if you get Roxanne and Alexa? That's like, ooh-ee. I don't even know. That for me is very exciting.
No, those could be some great matches. I think the biggest box office match, I guess, the one that feels like it headlines the poster the most. Not that you know that going in, but Jade and Stephanie Vicaire just standing across from one another, to me, has the most juice. But yeah, you're right. I mean, some of those other combinations could be the best match, and it also could be used to elevate somebody, to another level that the other two might not need it as much.
Right.
I like the look. I mean, just picturing Jade with all the garbage, it feels appropriate. But Jade, there's plenty of ways to keep her going without that. Same goes with Stephanie Vicaire's already there without that. It might mean a little bit more to the others.
All right. You know what? I'm going with Jade. You know why? Jade to face Tiffany, Naomi to cash in during that. That's it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Think it's Jade. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, it took us like 20 minutes to get there, but I think that's where we're at. All right, let's see what the people here are saying on everything. So we got Stephen Marchuli who says, "What if John Cena's last match is against the final boss? If CM Punk wins the belt, does that foreshadow Cody versus Punk?" For sure, but I'm okay with that foreshadowing Cody versus Punk. I'm 100% okay with that. But I don't think CM Punk is going to win, though. I really don't think so. And I kind of hate that I feel that way.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And why would it be his final match again, unless he flips all the way around for him to have his final match?
Yeah, because it could be like, you jerk, you made me this way. I didn't want to be this way. I'm in a nice baby face now. You ruined it, Rock, or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know if we're ever seeing Rock in the ring again, unless it's Roman.
Look, all I'm saying is I personally just want to see 3 matches. If I could pick 3 matches to see The Rock with, I would pick 3 matches. It would be Rock, Cody, Rock, Roman, Rock, Punk, with Rock, Roman being number 1.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting 3. I think I would set the over-under at 0.5.
But I can dream, Robin. I can dream, can I?
You can dream, yeah, about...
You just killed my girlhood dream. Oh, man. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says, "I was feeling bad for Karrion Kross getting snubbed in King of the Ring, but one of his fans compared him to Daniel Bryan, so I don't anymore." What? Guys, we can like people, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves, okay? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, all right? Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, however you want to arrange that is the GOAT. So
they're also not anything alike.
Nothing alike, not in any sort of aspect.
Yeah, there's nothing about Karrion Kross that gives me, and I don't even mean that in a disrespectful, I understand the history of Daniel Bryan and Bryan Danielson and the Yes movement and what he became and going to AEW and all his legendary matches and all that stuff. But even if you're saying that's so much greater than this, from a character presentation, everything about them, there's nothing really similar.
Definitely not. We got CJ here who says, "If it's Sammy versus Jay, Sammy has to win." No, if it's Sammy versus Jay, Sammy has to win. No one wants to see another Gunther versus Jay match. I'd still pick Randy versus Cody. I feel bad for Jay. Hey, Robin, I didn't get your reaction to that. What'd you think when Jay lost to Gunther?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised. I wasn't sure. I mean, I thought that was the match that some shenanigans were going to come out, because I wasn't sure how they would pull that off, given that you couldn't have Gunther just lose to Jey Uso again. But I also didn't feel like it was time for the title change to happen necessarily. So I wondered what went on. I do like that it caught me by surprise, and I do like that they played it straight up, and it was won in an honest, honorable fashion and in a pretty good match. But it's interesting when you throw the variables in the air, right? Like, okay, what's going on with the Goldberg Gunther possibility? Jey Uso gets thrown into the King of the Ring right after that. So where's the future for Jey Uso? But what I'll say for it is, it sent you off the air going, oh, something happened on that show, and it didn't feel cheap or like a ploy. Gunther got his lick back and got put back on the status where he belongs. But yeah, I got physically assaulted the next morning because I told Raj what had happened, and I don't know why it was my fault, but yeah.
Wait, did you take the heat for that?
Yeah, he on his way to school right before school. Boom, 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 he was mad.
Damn, WWE's got out here little kids beefing with their dads over Jey Uso losing to Gunther. This is intense, man. This is intense. And right before Father's Day. What the heck? So, yeah, I was very, very like, what? Just, that was literally, that was my only reaction to that was, what the hell? Because like you, I also thought shenanigans were going to unfold, and there were no shenanigans that unfolded unless that counts as just shenanigan. Anyways, we got Steven Marchulli here who says, are we getting Stephanie versus Jade in the final? Well, that seems to be Robin's pick here. And so I'm not against it at all. That's going to be a very intriguing matchup if we do get Jade versus Stephanie, and that many can argue that may be the money matchup of the different possibilities that we can see here with the Queen of the Ring. So Steven Marchulli, thank you so much, man. We got Sin City Saint here who says 60-minute Iron Man match in your future. Want outlast the competition like Shawn Michaels in overtime. Stay up all night, HBK, by using promo code Denise. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me reread this. He says, 60-minute Iron Man match in your future. Want to outlast the competition like Shawn Michaels in overtime? Stay up all night like HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, by using promo code Denise. Oh, she'll have her hands on your merchandise.
It'll be sunny days for sure.
Oh no! We got a Sunny Days reference today. I'm dead. I'm done. I can't. We peaked. That's it. Can't follow that. Thank you, Sin City Saint. Bob Ross Jr., thank you so much for the generous super chat. Bob says, let's be honest. Whoever takes the title off John Cena is getting cashed in on by Seth Rollins. Also, I think Stephanie is winning Queen of the Ring, so we can get EO versus Stephanie at SummerSlam, if not Evolution. I think that they said that the person in the match happens at SummerSlam, right? So it would have to be SummerSlam.
Yes.
And but we don't know who's going to be champion by then, because there's a possibility that they do EO versus Rhea at Evolution. And what if Rhea wins? Then if Rhea wins and Stephanie wins, then it'll be Rhea versus Stephanie at SummerSlam.
That's pretty big. I mean, there's a lot of good possibilities. Like, I like them, but then you're also talking about Jade getting cashed in on by Naomi.
They're killing me here. There's very possible scenarios here that can all play out in all of these different directions. Wow. I don't know. Like, this is a pretty good problem to have. They got a lot going on in the women's division right now. Bob, thank you so much for this super kind super chat to send in, and then also for the suggestion that you threw out there. We got Larice Johnson who says Stephanie Vaquer versus Asuka. I don't think, well, that technically they're going to be in the match together, but they're in the same fatal four-way. So one of them is coming out of this match. Definitely not both of them. Thank you, Larice. We got Sin City, but that still, whenever they decide to do that one-on-one with Stephanie and Asuka, that will be kick-ass though. We got Sin City Saint who says, Robin, Brett's freaking out somewhere right now.
What else is new?
And if this was Brett's Blue Chew ad, he would throw in, and I hate Goldberg. Somewhere right in there. He'd fit it in there. Thank you, Sin City Saint. Josh, thank you so much for this super chat. Josh, he says, I feel like Asuka will win that fatal four-way to face Alexa Bliss. Alexa's final feud before her time away from WWE was her and Asuka as a tag team and facing Damage Control at WrestleMania 39. Dude, I completely forgot about that. I have no memory of Alexa and Asuka together as a tag team. Why don't I have any memory of that? That was WrestleMania 39. That wasn't even that long ago.
There's a lot has happened between now and then I guess it wasn't all that memorable. I mean, the combination.
I don't remember. I literally did not remember that at all.
Yeah, I'm with you. I vaguely I can recollect now that it's been brought up in my head, but I never in a million years would have suggested it based on that.
Ooh, okay. Well, I like what Josh is thinking, at least in terms of connecting the possibilities between Alexa and Asuka. And I think a lot of people are going to be like, damn, like Asuka comes back. She was gone for such a long time. And then she loses in this fatal four-way. I know that that's going to rub people a lot the wrong way. But at the same time, Stephanie is cooking right now, and Stephanie is, she's the one everyone's talking about right now. So it's kind of tough. Josh, thank you so much for the super chat and for pointing this out. We got Rahul P. Rahul, good to see you back on the show. He says, Asuka to win Queen of the Ring to challenge Io. I'm down for that. Oh, man, I would love that too. That's another matchup that a lot of fans want to see is Asuka versus Io. Are you kidding me? Like, so many people are constantly bringing that up about how they want to see that match. Robin, no matter what, I think the fans will be winning here at this point.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've talked about all the possible combinations, but I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going Jade and Stephanie Vaquer, and I'm going Jade winning the whole thing. But one way or the other, I think Jade, Tiffy with Naomi involved. That's where I see it going.
Yeah, man, I gotta tell you, I'm easily persuaded right now. I'm kind of moving like a willow tree. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm just gonna get in this ride, strap on my seatbelt, and wherever it takes me, it takes me. Thank you, Rahul P. I appreciate you, man. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the rest of Friday Night SmackDown. There really is not that much, actually, because those were really the two big things. Oh yeah, we are gonna see Ron Killings versus John Cena. Robin, are you looking forward to that?
I'm surprised they shotgunned it so fast. It's kind of incredible when you think about it. Like, R-Truth, I mean, is now at the biggest he's ever been in his career, right? Like the peak of his career. It wasn't that long ago he was feuding with Peter Rosenberg, who I know, I've known for a long time. So I didn't mean that the wrong way. But that's
but it's true. It's true.
Yeah, and he was doing that. Then he's cut from the. Then he was a complete sideshow and joke. Then he was cut from the company, and the fans showed you how much they actually cared about him. And now he's got this new renaissance and lease on his career where this will be what he's remembered for, right? Like, this is the Ron Killings legacy right now in front of our eyes in real time. And it's one of the coolest things that we've seen. I mean, talk about getting excited and talking about having those moments. I mean, like, how much did you pop when he speared him in that match and revealed who it was? I mean, like, come on, right? Like, so I'm interested to see where they go with it. I'm a little surprised that it's happening so quickly. But I'm curious, especially because it's leading right into the Cena and CM Punk match too. So how do they navigate those waters? And maybe these are the things that make this Cena heel turn finally more interesting.
I'm glad that they're doing it on SmackDown, because I was just saying that I feel like we're running down the clock here. Like, there are only a couple of dates left. We got to start doing more with these numbers, or else John Cena makes one little appearance and it's like, damn, we're docked off a whole date. I like that they're throwing in this additional match. We just saw R-Truth versus Cena at Saturday night's main event, and obviously Ron Killings, totally different performer, totally different person. So it feels like a different person. So it's going to be different, but not so different so that you don't have to wait much longer. So I'm actually glad that they're doing it right away next week. So I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. All right, we got let me see, where are we at? Actually, we got the next pit of what we got to get into is actually Jacob Fatu addressing, his turn on Solo Sikoa. And basically Solo Sikoa confronts him and says, you know what? I just want to hear you say, I love you, Solo Sikoa. He's just trying to get him back in his good graces, but that ain't gonna happen. Anything here that really moved you?
Not especially. I mean, I like the new turn on Solo's character, but I've said that before. And obviously Jacob Fatu is a beast, but I didn't feel much advancement or different about this than I did from the all gas, no brains, and then Fatu doing the turn. So I mean, I feel like we're just headed towards what we knew we were headed towards, and they needed a little bit of build.
Dan Lutzka brings up a great question. Also, Dan, thank you for the super chat. He says, why are they still calling him R-Truth? Commentary kept calling him R-Truth. Did you notice that?
Then they caught themselves and they changed it. But I don't know. I like R-Truth. So I feel like too, I want to say R-Truth also. So I don't know. I can't blame them, but I did notice that, yes. And then I noticed them change it and then change it back. Like, they said R-Truth the first couple times, then they said Ron Killings, and then they said R-Truth again. But even the puns were based on the hard truth that was said and all that sort of thing. So it's just a catchy, easy name, and it's what people came to love. So it's hard to move away from it.
Right, but no, I think they're on commentary. If you're a commentary, you got to call him what he wants to be called, and that's Ron Killings. So I'm like, I keep correcting myself every time. Like I'm training my brain already to be like Ron Killings. You got to train your brain like that. And I'm not commentary, so they got to do it. There's no excuses. You got to stick with Ron Killings unless they're doing it on purpose. If they're doing it on purpose, different story. But if not, then, and I feel like for the most part, they've been very good, because how many people haven't you seen go through name changes? And for the most part, commentary is usually pretty good about calling them by their new names. Like, I've been impressed by some of the times where I hear them call people by their new names, because I'm like, like, you guys got it so easily. Whereas like, us, the fans, it's a little bit harder to get used to calling people by their different names. But Dan, I did notice this. Thank you so much for bringing this up. All right. The other thing that we got to get into is Naomi, Miss Money in the Bank, goes out there and she has a confrontation with Tiffany Stratton. And Naomi was just killing it, where she was giving Tiffany Stratton like the death stare. And eventually Tiffany gets attacked by Nia Jax, and it seemed like Naomi wanted to go in for a cash-in. Very, very small tease, but Nia was basically like, no, like, this is not happening right now. How'd you feel about this?
I mean, look, I like everything with Naomi in this character. So, but overall, there's a reason we're talking about it now and not before. I guess is the nicest way I could put it.
Yeah, I mean, this was nothing too big, but it was fun. I thought her performance was great, and I'm a fan of what she's doing. But nothing much more moved the story forward. And the last thing that we got to bring up is the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Wyatt Six. And the Wyatt Six get the win over Motor City Machine Guns. I think a lot of people are kind of just feeling like, whatever about this, like the tag team division. But that's kind of where we've been at for several weeks now. So that's not really like a huge surprise.
No, but I still, it's the same point I have with the Wyatt Six. Like the aura, the entrance, and all that is cool, but then what? And
right,
I've yet to have that answer. Like, then what?
Right, exactly. So, next week for SmackDown, we're going to have the King of the Ring semifinals, Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. Queen of the Ring semifinals, Alexa Bliss versus ? And then Ron Killings versus John Cena. We got Sin City Saint here who says someone should slip and call him K-Quick getting rowdy. That would be hilarious. Sin City Saint, thank you so much for the super chat and for the joke as well. All right, guys, that was it. That was our SmackDown post show for today. It kind of rounds out quickly when it's, these topics. But as always, thank you so much for your support. I hope you guys had a good time with the watch along and the review, or whatever part you decided to join in on. As for me, this week, I'm pretty much off Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, I'll be at Busted Open tomorrow with Robin. But then I will be back Monday for the Raw post show, Tuesday for NXT, AEW on Wednesday, and then on Friday, on Thursday night, I head out to New York for Fanatics Fest. So there's kind of a lot going on, but just make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Keep an eye out on all of the content that's going up. Make sure you check out my new sponsor, MyBookie, mybookie.ag. You guys can sign up there and decide whether or not you guys want to play some bets and bet on some wrestling. Robin, what do you got going on?
Yeah, catch us tomorrow on Busted Open. You can get me over on YouTube. Follow me on X, Robin Lundberg. And I'll probably see you at Fanatics Fest next week.
Yes. We got to. All right, guys, catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.